God, here we are. We are live. Guys, we're live. It is Monday, September the 23rd, 2024, and here we are waking you guys up. Good morning, St. Louis.
Good morning.
Who's ready?
I am.
Who's ready to take on the day?
I'm ready.
Who's ready to take on the week?
Right here.
Let's go. Let's go, guys.
Yes.
Now departing your week. Let's go.
Hey, all right, I'm ready.
Let's go, guys.
All aboard.
All aboard your week.
You know what it is? I forgot that I'm getting my flu shot today. So I'm going to have that fake flu for after 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Where you feel like crap.
Yeah, go
And
collect the fake flu.
I forgot that I was doing that today. And you got to kind of mentally prepare for such things.
Do you?
I do.
Yeah, a little bit.
I like to know when I'm getting shot up. You know?
You want to make sure you have enough time set aside for a nap or at least like a good solid sleep time tonight.
Well, is it going
early
to be
bedtime.
is it going to be in your head all day? Like, up here come the symptoms. Here come the flu
It
symptoms.
will be, yeah. And they will. Like, I got my COVID shot last Friday, and I needed to take a whole weekend for that. So,
Here we go.
And I did. I felt like crap for like 24 hours, and then I expect to feel like crap after this flu shot
Well,
at 11 a.m.
Godspeed.
Thank you so much.
I got both of mine like a week ago, same day. You just gotta lie to yourself.
Right.
Godspeed.
I pretended steroids. When
Okay.
they put it in my arm, I go, "This is like super soldier
Yeah, and
serum."
I'm going to go lift.
And I go lift. And then they're like, "Sir, you're sweating and very pale and white." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's the super soldier serum."
That's the good stuff.
It takes a while. At first, it hurts. Then you're Captain America.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Can't
they
you see
kick
my
you out of a-
muscles? They're bulging.
Yeah. Then they kicked me out of Planet Fitness because I was working out.
And sweating profusely.
Yeah,
Working out
in
too
the men's
hard.
locker room. I took weights in there.
Yeah, you can't do that. Hope you all had good weekends. Somebody here jumped out of an airplane on Saturday. It wasn't me. Wasn't Moon. Wasn't Lern. Wasn't Scott. It was Rafe.
Oh.
Twice.
So as if the one time wasn't good enough,
That's right. I went
you did
back
it
up.
twice. Now, the second time. But before you get to the second time,
Okay.
the first time, so Saturday morning, I looked outside Saturday. It was cloudy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, man, they need a certain, what they call ceiling. For those of us,
As
for
the
those,
French say.
for those of us
Ceiling.
who have jumped before, you know,
You get it.
you get it. You have to have enough
Je ne sais quoi.
clear sky, right? Clear
Yeah.
sky to do it.
The clouds have to be above 10,000 feet.
Yes. And so Saturday morning, you get to Sullivan, the skydiving facility.
Well, it started
What
to,
time?
I got all the way out there, man. 50 minutes outside of the city and started to sprinkle. And I'm like, man, they already had to move this 1 week. Logistical. I'm sure it's a logistical nightmare because they had staffing for it. They had, everybody's like taking the week Saturday off to jump. And now they had to move it a week. So I was like, man, they got to kick the can again. I feel really bad. But
Yeah,
they
you're
didn't.
talking about all the RizzShow listeners who signed up to jump with you.
Yeah, they had like close to, I think it was like 250 total jumps.
That's amazing.
That's just that week, and then some people rescheduled for October 5th, so they got even more people coming out. They
That's
couldn't make it.
amazing. 200 RizzShow listeners out there to jump with Rafe.
That is
That's
incredible.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they were all RizzShow listeners.
Let's just say they were.
They were. They are now. Because I went person to person and put the podcast on my phone. I said, listen to this. You are now a RizzShow listener. It's all about getting the numbers up, baby.
That's right.
I'm out there
That's
doing,
right.
I'm out there proselytizing.
So you were out there noon?
I didn't know that was legal in Missouri.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
I'm a
podcast that's
prostitute. I'm a podcast. I'm a podstitute. Yeah, I got out there at noon. I got there like 11:45.
And it was sprinkling on the way there. Yeah,
But it stopped. I got on the other side. There's something about going through that little valley. Got on the other side of Sullivan. It was beautiful. It was fine.
Wow.
Yeah,
was
man,
hot even.
The sprinkling is probably good. It softens up the landing pad a little
Sure,
bit.
yeah. In case your chute don't open.
Yeah.
Landed a puddle.
Safely.
We were landing in a puddle regardless.
Oh, the field was wet.
No, I was pee-peeing myself.
Oh.
Yeah, so I got there. It was cool. Met everybody. Watched a little video. The guy in the skydive video, man, I took a video of it. he had like a big long beard, looked like Father Time. It was unsettling. He was like the godfather of skydiving, I guess. And I was just like, man, this feels like, I feel like I'm watching a cult leader like give his goodbye speech before he drinks the Kool-Aid or something. And I was like,
so he had a big old beard.
oh man, he looked like Duncan Trussell. Remember when Duncan was here?
Yeah, a million jumps under his belt. He's like, it's good.
Yeah, he like piloted the tandem. He was like the grandfather of tandem jumping.
Oh, Johnny Tandem.
Yeah, Jonathan Tandem.
Jonathan Tandem.
Hi,
Good guy.
I'm
Jonathan Tandem Thomas.
Fun to bike with.
JTT.
To the original JTT.
Let me ask you this. I had a buddy who he stopped touring and just like for the fun, you know, kind of similar. He just went out and did a skydive, and he liked it so much that he started doing it on such a regular basis that he ended up joining a team and ended up being a squirrel suit team.
Dude, I was
flyer
asking
guy.
about that.
He was so into it, and I asked him the same question, but he was out in L.A. I want to know, how was the feeling before the jump? Is it like kind of a tense room? I'm assuming there's a lot of first-timers each time. Or is it everybody's just so chill and relaxed that they kind of put you at ease and you just go
in a
up?
classroom with other people?
It's just
watching
me
the
and
video?
so Tina didn't go, but the night before I talked to my best friend since I was a child that I've told several stories. The story I told last week, and I didn't know his dad was listening, about us knocking the propane tank over and his dad finding out 20 years later he and his dad were together listening to that.
That's great.
And he's like, that little son of a bitch. he's like, I knew there was something up. I thought we told him about it. Apparently we didn't.
Oh.
You found out on the radio?
And he
Found
found
out on the radio.
out. Now he knows.
So you and your buddy.
He called me up. He's like, are you jumping tomorrow? And I said, the question is, are you jumping tomorrow? Because I got a spot. And I didn't think he was going to come. He's like, let me ask my wife. I'll get back to you tonight, I swear. Radio silence. I wake up the next day. I go, well, I guess he asked his wife and she took his phone away. But
I feel like that is something you need to talk to your significant other
Yeah.
about.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I didn't tell my mom till after Tim and I jumped out.
Well,
Because
yeah.
I didn't want her to worry.
Mom,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
for sure.
Mom,
I
that
wouldn't do
doesn't
that
count.
either.
When my wife jumped, she didn't tell her mother until after.
Right.
I didn't tell my mom until after either.
Yeah, that's wise. I think that's wise.
But I think your partner,
You should tell him.
yeah, I think that's something you should mention.
Just to get the
isn't it-
papers in
just a
line.
little.
Yeah.
So he just show up?
Rafe, you showed?
he showed, dude. He showed, and I was. Now, we've watched Navy SEALs together. I'm not proud of this, but I've seen the movie Navy SEALs like 700 times. It was just the movie that was out when we were of that age. There was a lot of that like military propaganda movies coming out, like, you know, got you all hyped up when you're in junior high. We've been dreaming about a free fall, watched Point Break together. You know, we were 90s kids. So he came up, you know, and we went in the Army together, but we never got to do a free fall in the Army. So it was like, it was nice for him to come up and get a day to do this with me. So we just watched the video by ourselves. There was no one in there with us. Like, I'll be honest, we weren't paying that close of attention. We were just like making
Really?
fun. We were making fun of the guy with the beard. It was a 10-minute video. We were laughing, having a good time, and I go, man, I feel like we should have paid more attention.
Were
I
your
go, "Yeah."
diving
so?
instructors in there with you, or they just turned it on and left?
It was just us. But the guys are so good. The instructors, to speak to Moon's point, the instructors were so good, man. Like, they tell you, everything gets repeated so many times that by the time you're up there,
It's
Yeah,
relaxed.
you only got to do
yeah.
3 things. They're like,
1,
tuck your legs.
2,
So, like, bow yourself and, like, tuck your legs back. Hold on to the handles. 2 was go field goal when they tap you. Don't go Superman, go field goal. So
with your arms like at
so you're
90-degree
free
angles.
falling,
Okay,
yeah.
so don't put your arms all the way out.
Because you hit
Like
him in the
Superman.
face.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
I just-
90-degree angles with your
I
arms.
think it's a stability thing.
Oh, okay.
And
So like
3,
when you're falling and you're like a little kind of spread out like a squirrel, they can.
Yeah,
And
sugar
3 is
glider.
pull your feet up when they tell you pull your
No.
feet up when you land.
then there's 4 things.
What's the 4th?
Have fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
have a good time.
And be
Yeah,
safe.
Fun.
You know number 4. Have fun, guys. So you watch a 10-minute video, and then
Got out there, bunch of RizzShow people, was cool in the landing spot. Took some pictures, hung out with some folks.
were you in your regular clothes? Or they put you in a flight suit.
I was in cowboy boots gray jeans and a black V-neck. And I said, I saw some guys in suits, and I go, oh, cool, do we get those suits? And they're like, nah. Nah, those guys jump on their own. They paid for those. And I was like, oh.
Oh, because when I jumped, I got a full flight
You
suit.
have a suit.
Yeah, you could have worn a flight
Could have
suit.
brought it
Hey,
again.
man, our favorite thing on the show to do is think about when we should have won those. We should have worn those flight suits.
Dude.
I did see a guy jump with no shirt on, and I was like,
That's pretty cool.
That's so St. Louis.
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Just don't put me in that harness because he was very sweaty.
Nice.
Now they harness you up?
Were you nervous at all?
Not really. I'm pretty adventurous, and I don't get... I think we talked about this Friday. I can compartmentalize, and there was just enough going on that I didn't have a lot of time
To just let it sink
to
hard.
think about it.
Yeah.
The only thing that made me nervous was the plane was very small. And I was telling Lern this, like, they put you in this little... I mean, it's a go-kart, dude. You're going up in a single-engine Cessna, and you're going 2 miles high. And when they take off, the doors open, and they put the tallest person in first, and I was the tallest in my group both times. So I'm by the door that's open. Oh. And when they take off, it helps to have the door open to take off. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know. It seemed like the door was going to be open the whole time. And I don't have a backpack on yet. I don't have a parachute on. It's just me and an open door. And the pilot's like right here. Like I could easily pleasure the pilot all the way up. He's sitting right next to me. And I'm just like, the door's open when we take off. And I'm like,
just, the option's there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm just saying, like, you want to have, that's who you want on your side, right? Plane goes down. I want that guy to want to save me first. Doors open. We start to take off, and I'm like, this is cool. Whoa. Don't bank. He banks right. I'm gone.
You're rolling
dude.
out.
I'm
It's
top
over.
heavy. It's over. I'm like, it's over. I'm not in a seat either.
Yeah,
I'm
then you're
sitting
start-
on the floor.
Then you're probably starting to think like, man, what did I say on the show a couple weeks ago? May have upset this guy. He's been waiting for this opportunity. to
Yeah,
Just,
he
whoop.
goes, I love Taco Bell. And I go,
Oh, no.
He's like drinking a Baja Blast on the way up. I'm like, I'm in big trouble. This guy knows who's in his
Which
plane.
one of you hates Taco Bell? Whoop.
And he just, banks
I'm a
right, you
redhead
roll out.
Sammy fan.
So you're
He goes,
sitting on the
He had
floor.
a Van Hagar shirt on, drinking a Baja Blast. I'm like, I'm screwed.
So you're sitting on the floor. And
sitting on the floor.
You literally could roll out of the plane.
Yeah, but thank goodness the guy reached up after we took off. I mean, we were still high enough I would have died if I'd have fallen out of the plane, you know. He like closes the door and he latches it, and the latch is about, it reminded me of what was on a porta potty. That was the security.
Occupied.
That was the security level of this door, and I was that little. It had a little half twist.
Yeah, it's a little
Because they gotta
green
be, and
square
I
on
get
the
it. They
outside
got to
of
be
the
able
plane.
to pop it open. So once that was closed, I was like, man, honestly, the plane's so little that tripped me out more than the jumping. I'd never been in a plane that small.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, this is, I'm really glad we have parachutes up here. Like, I would feel more uncomfortable if no one had a parachute in this thing.
You feel better landing with your legs than you did with the plane.
Yeah, kind of. I was like, I don't want to go down in this thing. Maybe that's the whole mental thing they're doing. They're like, no one's going to bail on jumping because they're going to want to get the hell out of this little thing.
So whenever you're going on a float trip, you take those buses, and they always look like they're barely going to run. They look very sketchy stuff. Is that how the airplane is for this?
No, I mean, it was a good airplane. The pilot was great. It's just like it had approximately the same amount of controls as my grandpa's riding lawnmower. Like I was
All right.
100% ready to look. I was like, hey, man,
Right.
is there like, if I see a rabbit and a turtle
Right.
on the throttle, I'm
throttle.
jumping on my own. So we went up in that. It was great.
And were there other planes in the sky?
Yeah, they were running like 5 or 6 planes, man. It was a tight, well-oiled machine.
You ever see the two planes collide in midair with the skydivers in it?
No.
Yeah.
that
the
seems
video of that?
problematic.
I'm glad you brought this up after
It's
I
as they're falling out of the plane, too, remember?
As they were jumping,
They're getting ready, and all of a
Oh,
sudden,
my.
two
like,
planes got close to each other and they clipped each other.
yeah.
I think everybody wound up being okay.
I think so, too. Because everybody had their chutes on, they were
Yeah.
getting ready to go. But, man, it was close.
Well, that didn't happen.
No, well, thank God.
That did
God.
not happen.
You get
They
up
were
to
very good at here.
You get up to 10,000 feet.
10,000 feet, 2 miles high. Oh, we got high, man. And I remember I saw my friend lose a little color in his face because he was looking out the window, playing it cool. And he's like, whoa, is this where we jump? And he goes, we're about halfway up. And he's like, Nope. Because it was like we were high, and I was like, damn, we're only halfway up, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure there are people that bail.
There are. They don't.
That's
So
the point. That's what you're
Well,
paying for.
I mean, like bail on jumping.
There are, and they tell you like you got to give a thumbs up that you're. After they
You're
hook
ready
up
to
to
go.
you got to be like, I'm still good. You can, if you do a thumbs down, they'll pull you out, but the whole plane goes.
Did you tell
One
your-
person does a jump, nobody jumps.
No kidding. Wow.
That's the way it was explained to me. I didn't.
Oh,
everybody
really?
jumped in my
That's
plane.
probably a move. That's probably a move. That's what you do.
It's guilt.
You set it up like that so somebody that has maybe 10% that would still say yes is just like, well, God, I guess I have to.
Right.
And then they
Yeah,
just go.
that's awesome.
So everybody jumps or nobody jumps?
Yeah. You can ruin it for everyone right here or just go.
Well, I told, my tandem partner when I jumped, like, hey, if I bail, if I want to bail, just go. Like, I'm giving you permission. If I punk out, just
Now me says future me means nothing.
Yeah.
Future me doesn't count.
pay no attention to future me.
Future
Right.
me
Now
starts
me.
acting like a bitch.
Yeah. This
you
me you
have
listen
now
to.
me's permission.
Now me controls future me.
And the
You
guy I
hear this?
jumped with he went, okay. And we get to the edge of the plane, and he goes, 3, 2, and we're gone.
And you're gone.
He counted down, and we were gone.
Well, that's
That's the way
because
to do it.
you had already told him not to trust
Yeah.
future me.
He did a great job. Now, what about you? Did you tell your tandem partner?
No. They gave me a small guy, so my bit almost came to life. The master, I always said, like, when I was too fat to fall from the sky, I said, don't you have a dwarf or a proficient child we can even this weight ratio out with? And this guy was great. His name was Noah. He was awesome. Met his wife and kid on the ground. She's like, my husband's great. He's done 5,500 jumps. He's
Whoa.
excited. He listens to the show. He loves you.
55. Shout out to Noah. And Noah.
That was awesome.
Have I even lived
55?
5,500 days? Good God.
5,500 jumps.
I mean,
Wow.
he went up probably 200 times that day.
Holy
Golly.
smokes.
These instructors are coming down. They're hooking up to the next person. They're going up.
Yep.
And they're good, man. They know what they're doing. They were so good that it made it not stressful.
Yeah,
They were
that's
so
what
good at explaining what was going on. They'd been doing this so long. They were professional. That was the thing I really noticed out there was how professional the instructors were. Like, they had done so many jumps. And they had such a chill, point break vibe to them
Right.
that I was like, yeah,
was it almost too chill? Like, I need some seriousness here.
Yeah, there were times it was a little.
I know you guys are light and carefree, but I need a little seriousness here.
I want to see a little concern in your
Everyone was
face.
having so much fun, and I did notice that the jumping out of a plane full sleeve tattoo ratio was very high, and everybody was just chilling, and having a good time, and eating tacos, and like going to the taco truck in between jumps, and
Nice.
people were kind of milling. It wasn't like very regimented. People were kind of milling about, and they're just like, "We need Jonathan and Jason," and everyone's like, "Jason's like, oh, hold up, dude," like he's like finishing a Mountain Dew, and I'm like. I could have used a little more militant. I was like thinking it was going to be like militant, where everyone's like sitting on a bench until your number's called. But everybody was just kind of chilling.
Loose.
Like
I mean, it was a
surf-
great event.
That's awesome.
Like surf zen, like they're just zen.
It was very surfer zen, and it was which I liked.
Yeah.
I just wasn't ready for it. And
Yeah,
then I was
yeah,
like, oh, okay, everybody here is pretty chill.
You just want to make sure there's not that one guy. Have you guys seen that? He's like a boulder. He goes to like upper limits. One
Yeah.
of those like a climber. And there's a video going around about this guy. And he was so used to just always being on the, whatever you call it, the
Cliffside?
the tether, the belay.
Belay, yeah.
He was so used to being on the belay that he was just like, he dusts up his hands and just goes whoop, whoop, and he gets to the top and hits the bell and jumps back.
Not even on it.
Not on the belay. Whoops,
Whoops.
forgot to put that on today.
Ouch.
And both legs
Oops.
gone.
Just be glad your guy wasn't hungover. Like Tim and I, when we went, his dude was not talkative. He looked like he had a headache the whole time. He was completely hungover. And my guy was like the hippie guy that you're talking about, like really sweet and like chill and eating a burrito before. And Tim, we were both, this is back in 2010, like skydiving for the first time on a whim on a Sunday. And Tim couldn't have had a more like nervous experience because
Tim's
his
guy was hungover?
Yes. Didn't want to talk to him. Didn't even want to and Tim was like, are you getting ready to throw yourself out of this plane and taking me with you? Like it was very much that vibe.
Whoa.
Like, what's it?
He's like hooking up to Tim, and he's like, girlfriend broke up with me.
Right.
Dog died.
That's the
My
vibe.
parents don't talk to me. If you think about it, I really don't have anything left to live for.
For real.
All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
All right, so
All the way down, Tim is weeping.
That's cool. That's cool to hear that everybody was all zenned out.
So
I
you
like
get up,
that.
Yeah,
you
man,
get up
they
to
were
the.
cool.
You get pilot tells you, all right, we're at 10,000 feet. Are you hooked up to your tandem?
So as they start hooking up about halfway up, he turns around and he's like, all right, scoot your butt towards me. And he's like, clack, 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 hooking up. He's like, cool guy, funny guy. You know, I was doing bits on the way up. I think that helped too. I knew I was filming. So the entertainer in me was still in that mode. I was still like trying to be funny and doing bits with everybody. So like it didn't give me time to think about what was about to happen to me. And he was like, 4 points of contact, and goes 5 if I get excited. And I go, this is my guy.
What's that?
This is my guy. They gave me the right guy.
He's like, finally, I can say that to somebody.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they went, Chris, we warned you about saying that.
Hurricane Chris. He said, here comes Hurricane Chris, and he pushed me out.
So you're hooked up at 5,000 feet.
5,000 feet, hook up. He's behind me. You know, they got their GoPro on. They're like, you're doing a little interview on the GoPro in front of you. They were good at that, too. Like, they'd done enough of that filming up there. And then he's like, they didn't really say anything, man. He's like, all right, you're going to. They tightened up my little sunglasses on my head. And he goes, just when we get in the door, lean your head back on my chest. Grab the handles, and I'll do the rest. And then as soon as we're out of the plane, fold your legs back as fast as you can. And he just kind of was like, all right, I know what my job is.
Yeah.
And the only thing that was weird is like when they popped that door open at 10,000 feet, and I looked down and I'm like, you just had to wear your cowboy boots, you idiot. And then I put my boots out on this little bitty platform that's just on the wheel of the Cessna, and I'm like, because you're like, I was first, so it's like my body's the first one out the plane. I'm like,
the moment you stick your legs out, your cowboy boots just suck out.
Yeah, that's kind of what I put my legs. That's kind of how it felt. Like as my legs hit wind resistance, I was like, I was ready for both boots to get sucked off my feet. I was like, these don't have any laces.
Just like,
Like, all right, you're gonna be landing barefoot.
like a little
That's kind of what
Barbie shoe.
happened, dude. Like I stuck my feet out, and the wind resistance started hitting my cowboy boots, and I was like, whoa! I could feel them, like my feet were shaking on the inside, like you could almost feel that my boots were pulling 3 Gs, and I was like, I don't know if these are gonna stay on or not.
That's great.
And I was like, I hope I wore matching socks.
That's great.
They did stay on. I put my thing down, they didn't do no countdown. And I think the reason they do that is so you don't grab.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure they've.
Because he goes, just lean back, grab the handles, and he's like, when I get ready, I'll push us out, and then you tuck your feet. And I was like, I was just trying to hold my cowboy boots on with curling my toes up, looking straight ahead. I didn't look down. I was just like, I'm just going to let this dude do the work.
What's going to be is going to be.
And then we were gone. And it's so weird. I was telling, Lern had kind of talked to me about when she jumped, and it was very interesting. It's such a mix of fight or flight. I wasn't scared. I never had like a moment where I felt scared. It was just fun. And then it goes from like your brain can't catch up with what's happening to your body until the parachute's open. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you do a somersault out?
Now the second time, yes. First time
when we somersaulted out of the plane I was in, I could see.
Yeah.
I could see the
that's
plane.
fun.
That's awesome.
Like,
Yeah.
our back was to the ground.
First guy, we went out and he goes, he was talking to me. I could hear him. He goes, all right, roll your legs up. And he's like, he's like, hang on to the handles. And he's like, tap me. He said, field goal. He kind of walked me through the whole thing.
While you're falling.
While we're falling, yeah, I could hear him in my ear.
And the crazy thing is you don't feel your stomach.
Right.
Like if you do one of those free fall things at like Six Flags, your stomach goes and up into your into your throat.
Because you see and you feel gravity at the same
But
time.
you don't when you're free falling like that from 10,000.
That was the thing that
That
surprised
is
me.
really cool.
Honestly, that surprised me the most. Is like it didn't take my stomach or anything. And it was just like, it was just kind of exciting. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. My brain, I think I was singing, it's funny what types of memory. Like I was like doing bits and singing Freebird on the way down to the guy, just like joking around because I was still like, my brain could not handle what was happening to my body. But it is kind of cool because your brain just deals with what's right in front of you. And I'm like, hey, I'm not thinking about how much money's in my bank account or whether my comedy career is going okay. You're just dealing with the fact that you're plummeting to the earth and that it's fun and you're having a good time. And then when the chute opens, you're like,
Sweet relief.
It was relief.
yeah, and it's like
real relief.
It's instant, like fight or flight, right into like a Zen moment where you're just like, oh, this is so.
And you're floating down. How long did you free fall for?
45 seconds to a minute or something like
Yeah.
that. It doesn't feel that long because it feels like it's 10 seconds because your brain is like blacking out.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, you're probably just scanning the area like, oh my god,
Yeah, and it was
there's
cool
the
to
parking
see,
lot,
you
there's
know.
this.
Yeah, and you
Be
think
up
you
that
look
high.
cool, then you see the video, and your face looks like Indiana Jones when all the Nazis' faces melt off. It's just like you're pulling so many G's. I'm like, man, I bet I look cool as hell right now,
Nope.
like Patrick Swayze. And then you look, and you're like, and I'm like, wow, we're not sharing that video anywhere on social media.
It looks like you chose poorly.
Yeah, it does. So
Yeah, and
not
once-
choose the right chalice.
And once the chute opens, I mean, there is that moment. It's like, whoosh, whoosh, sweet relief.
Made it. Yep.
Yeah, and then he gave me this was the cool thing. Noah was cool. He goes, hey, do you want to steer? And he gave me the little yellow things where you can steer the chute. He goes, if you want to spin, we're going to go down faster. But it's a wild ride. He goes, so if you want to spin, pull as hard as you can left, and then pull as hard as you can right. And then I pulled really hard, and we got like perpendicular to the ground.
Oh,
where I
my
could see the
God.
chute, and we were spinning like in a. And it's not good when the instructor on my back goes, whoa! I go, what? He goes, man, no one's ever pulled it that hard. And I go, it's my first time, dude.
You said
You
pull
said
hard.
yank on it. I yanked on it. And he was like, man,
That
you really.
was my least favorite part, the spin, because my guy was like, oh, let's spin.
Yeah.
And that's the only time I got nauseous.
Really?
He said that to me. He goes, I'm surprised you're not throwing up. I go, why? And he goes, most people spin that hard, they throw up because you spin back the other way. And then but the cool thing is like when you pull down on both, you pull 0 G's, and then it's like literally feels like you're just suspended in the air, and it's so quiet, which is what Lern's like. Take in the silence and how peaceful it is, and I was like, that was cool.
And was your buddy? Did you see your buddy?
He came in after me. He floated down slower. I don't think he was down for as many spins as I was doing. I'm also probably pulling us down faster. I imagine. But it was cool, and
then when you landed, do you land on your butt? You cut
well,
slow?
right at the last minute, we were coming in, and he's like, if I tell you at the last minute, stand, then stand. Because you can come in and stand. But he's like, we'll probably come in on our butt because you're taller than me.
Yeah.
And we came in, man, and I had my feet up. And like right when we got to the ground, he goes, stand. No, don't. And then it was too late. And I put my boots, I dug my heels in, and it was just like, and he just like landed on my back. And he's like, thank you.
Yeah.
And he goes, man, I'm so glad you didn't break your ankles. And I go, look at these
Boots.
Look at these gams, brother. Take a man 10 times your size to break these hippopotamus legs.
There you go. You landed standing up.
Yeah, I went down to my butt after I let my heels dig in, and then I just got to pick my feet up, and we both went so he could unhook from me.
All right, that's amazing. So there it is.
It was
First
awesome.
time.
So happy.
Congrats, man.
It was awesome.
And then you went up again.
awesome.
I did. I went up with the listener, Carrie, who was great. Shout out to Luke and Brooke and everybody who runs STL Skydive because it is a well-run operation. Everybody was super cool. Went up with Carrie Stahl. She was great. Made me happy. She goes, hey, I put it out in the universe this year. I'm 45. I just had my birthday. I put it out into the universe that I wanted to skydive this year. This is something I wanted to knock off my bucket list. And I just was like, I'm going to let synchronicity and the universe take care of it. And then I got a call that I won.
That's awesome.
And she's like, I felt like it was meant to be. And I'm like, this is exactly who I want.
Yeah, she's the one that won the chance to jump out with Rafe.
She
Now,
did.
This is the
She was
funny.
number 69 on the spreadsheet. That's how she won. That's how we chose.
This was the funniest part of the whole story, in my opinion, was when you decided to eat something on the way down.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Remember, he said he was going to eat a pork steak.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There was no pork steak because they changed the food truck changed at the last minute. I guess the food truck was going to come the week before.
Yeah.
Didn't come. No one brought me a pork steak. I didn't have the forethought to pack my own.
I thought you always had one in your bag.
Yeah.
You should have done it with one of those tacos. Just
I got
got
nervous too. I always have one in my bag.
Nachos would have been good.
Oh, no.
I didn't have one in my bag, so I go up the second time. Carrie, we're having a great time. She's sweet. And then the second time up, like I felt like this obligation to like make sure she was taken care of. So I wasn't really thinking about the fact that I had to also jump out of a plane for only the second time. Like I'd done this a million times.
Right. You're all crafty veteran at this point.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, don't worry, you're going to pull a few G's. You'll be fine, you know? So we go up. I'm talking to her, talking to them the whole time. We switch guys. I get Evan. He's cool. Very much. He had like bleached blonde hair, cool guy. And he's like, you didn't seem super nervous on the first one. I go, no, I feel pretty good, man. I had a good time. And he goes, you know, you want to get a little wild on this one. I go, what's that mean, dude?
I don't know about getting wild.
We're going to get naked? Like, what are we going to do? And he's just like, how about some somersaults out of the jump? And I was like, hell yeah, brother. So I'm trying to like talk to Carrie and make sure she's doing okay. And then he's like, all of a sudden that door's open, dude. I'm like, I lost track of time. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm going again. I forgot. And then I like swing my legs out and I'm like, yep, this sucks. This is the worst part. I forgot about this part. My boots are about to get sucked off. And I grabbed a burrito and I had to hold on to my straps.
Oh,
I was going to try to eat this burrito on the way down.
Gosh.
And man, as soon as he pushed
Beans
us out of the
everywhere.
plane, dude, we did like 10 somersaults. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And what happened? That burrito was gone.
There's a burrito in
There's a
Florissant
full
now.
burrito. So, listen, if you live in the Sullivan Potosi area and you were struck by a full-on falling chicken burrito, no onions, no cilantro, number one, I apologize. And number two, you might have a case for the food lawyer.
That's great.
That is great, man.
Is there a video of that?
No.
Oh,
God,
my
I wish. God, I wish.
You were holding a burrito and you started somersaulting out of the plane and it is what immediately.
Yeah, and I didn't show. I hid it on the way up because I was afraid they wouldn't let me do it. And then
You hid it?
yeah,
Where did you hide it? You don't have any
shirt.
pocket in your shirt.
It's a good spot for a burrito.
You are an otter, dude.
I'm
You're hiding
just
your
imagining
burrito.
just this thing just getting sucked up, like sucked out of your hands immediately.
Oh, dude, I don't know why
Smacking
I
your
thought I was
instructor's
gonna,
face.
I was gonna be able to hold on to an item.
I mean, did
I
you
can
even
barely
realize?
keep my boots on my feet.
Did you even realize that you dropped it, or was it one of
No.
those like when you stop somersault, you're like, the burrito's gone?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Where it's like we started somersault, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then like we came out of the somersault, and he's like, all right, field goal. And I was like, all right, hold on to this.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh. It's gone, baby. Like the G's sucked that burrito away from me, dude. It was like that scene where George Clooney disappears in space on Sandra Bullock. He was just gone.
Gravity.
Yeah.
The space took him. Gravity took him.
So the
Oh,
burrito
that
is
funny.
It's up there somewhere.
gone. Yeah, what if no, it's down somewhere.
Flying
Oh, okay.
burrito,
I thought
brother.
it stayed.
What if it hit one of the other planes?
And blew up. Yeah, great. Oh, my God.
Was it a big, like, Chipotle burrito?
Oh, it was a fatty. It
Oh, duh.
was a big old, like, foil. Like one of those big dogs in foil. So I was like, foil it up for me. It's got to stay together up there. I got to be able to peel it.
Well, you made it, pal.
But yeah, it was fun, man. And honestly, look, they made it as comforting as you could possibly be. And there were I talked to a lot of RizzShow people out there. Girl Hannah drove from St. Joe, Missouri to jump. So there were people from all over the state coming to do
That's so
this.
cool.
It was very, very cool. The people, it got hot, and the RizzShow people hung in, did a group photo with me. Like some people left because it took a while. They were so busy, I didn't go up right away. Or people that hung out for like a couple hours just to watch me go up in the plane and jump out. So I'm really grateful to them for sticking it out and hanging out at the landing spot. And everybody was great. All the instructors, Evan and Noah, and Luke and his wife Brooke that run it, and his brother. They run STL coding. They do like that garage coding or whatever.
Power coding?
Power coding.
Or powder
coating.
I think it's where they do like garage floors and stuff like that, and they make it look cool or whatever. They do
Oh,
whatever.
okay. Yeah, it's different. That's different than power coating. But no, I know what you're talking about.
But that's what they sponsored the whole thing, and it was just fun, man. I had a really good time,
Cool.
and I feel like Carrie did great. Shout out to the listener. She was great. And big shout out to one specific listener that was there who didn't want to get in a picture with me because she was embarrassed that her mom made her listen to our show every day. and I'd like to protect her identity, so I'm not going to say that it was Brooke, first chair flautist for the Sullivan Middle School marching band, who also has a Mancoon cat that she does not clean the litter box. I don't want to say that that's who it was, so I'm not gonna.
Okay.
But big shout out to her for not wanting to be in a photo and being embarrassed of her mom, forcing her to listen to our show every day on the way to school.
All right.
All right.
Good non-shout out. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day at school today.
Yeah.
Say hi to
Tell
your
your
main
friends.
Don't
coon
forget your
for me.
flute.
And clean that litter box.
Yeah.
So Rafe was out skydiving on Saturday. We had two members of the show out at Oxfest in Washington.
Yeah. Got to open things up. Lane Narrows opened up at noon, and Teenage Dirtbags went on after us, and that was a lot of fun.
It was awesome.
It was.
It was a hot day, though.
It was hot and swampy.
But hey, man, it was, everything the whole week was saying it was going to rain, and it didn't. It was cloud
Yeah, it
cover.
held out.
It was nice. The crowd was great. You brought a great crowd. By the way, shout out to this young lady, because that was the first time I've seen the full set. I've seen a couple videos of Lane Narrows and everything. You guys picked like one of the hardest sets to sing ever. It is difficulty 9.5 for sure.
Thanks.
And she slapped it around like it was no big deal. It was
Great.
so fun to watch them in their element. Lern, just like right before, you could see kind of some nerves in you a little bit. You said something silly you shouldn't have said, and then like he went out there and it was like, bam! All of a sudden, Lern 2.0. It was freaking
Ah, nice.
awesome.
Very cool.
Nice. So
fun.
Oxfest, then you went out to Belleville.
Yeah, Oxfest was great. Huge crowd, great, energetic, especially for early in the day, and met some of the bands that were playing later too, and those guys were awesome. And then we went straight to, it was marathon rock and roll for us. And then we packed up immediately, and went straight to Belleville, who was doing their 43rd Oktoberfest. And holy crud, does Belleville party! They have, I mean, that town is on
Bell
the up.
Vegas, baby.
Bell Vegas,
Holy
that's right.
smokes. From the get-go, usually your first set is kind of like just a lighter one, and people are just kind of getting the energy, and they're setting their chairs up or whatever. There was probably a couple hundred to 1,000 just already ready, waiting for a party, mostly because of Taylor Made, Courtney Diamond's band, Taylor Made,
Yep.
and Feeling This, the Blink-182 tribute. So they definitely warmed them up and got them ready. But we only had a few minutes to get up there, and the sound guys didn't know what we needed, so there was nothing even on the stage, nothing. No monitors, no nothing. And in 20 minutes, we had the whole thing set up and just started rocking.
Yep.
And it was freaking amazing.
Yeah, it was happened to be a nice night.
Oh, it was the perfect
Saturday
night.
night.
Sun went down. We started the country the country set, and dude, people were ready to party. Obviously, it's Oktoberfest. Everybody's a few of those giant liter Oktoberfest glasses in, so people were ready to party and having such a good time. Unfortunately, I guess there was some sort of ruckus caused by a bunch of teenagers down on the other side of the main street, and it caused all the security to be needed to to be
really?
down there. So they had to cut us early, which was such a
Yeah,
bummer.
that seems to be a theme at these gatherings.
It was such a
recently, is,
bummer.
Teenagers fighting.
It was such a bummer to be cut early,
It happened up in
obviously.
Maryland Heights a couple weeks ago. There was a shooting involving teenagers.
Well, it was nothing like that here, but it was just enough where they needed to shut it down a little bit early. But man, we ended with just thousands, 2,000 to 3,000 people just singing every single word.
That's awesome.
It was
No, it's
freaking
nice. Couldn't finish
amazing.
out the set.
Thank you, Oxfest, and thank you, Oktoberfest out in Belleville. Hopefully, we get invited back next year, because man, it was a painful day as far as my body goes, and I had one of the greatest days
Yeah.
I've had all year. It was just so much fun, and I'm so thankful to meet everybody that we got to meet.
That's the one thing I will also say about. That's the only thing that hurts on me. I know you guys said you were worn out. Your crotch does take a beating in those harnesses.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Especially doing
yeah, they
some
saw
Does it
that
flap?
tight.
And I told the guy, I go, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have gotten that vasectomy 2 days ago. He goes, are you serious? You should have jumped. And I go, I'm just kidding, man. Well, I feel like I got one. Was that the first time you'd seen Lern's band play?
Yeah. I was their first big show out in I think it was Belleville at Lincoln. I was supposed to be your guitar tech, and I got COVID, so I missed it.
Yep, that's
and then
right.
and then the last time I was supposed to go see her, pretty sure I either had COVID or the flu. It was like the Lane Narrows curse
Well,
on
you
me.
finally got to
Broke the curse.
Got to witness it
Yeah.
in Washington.
It is cool to watch her turn into Lady Lee Roth and become a different person up there.
It's pretty rad, dude. It's
awesome.
pretty rad.
I
Yeah,
had
the
a
first
good
time I
time.
saw you guys was a couple weeks ago at the Sky Music Lounge.
Well, I'm happy everybody likes it so much. Me and my dad band having a good time.
Yeah, it was
Scott
fun.
hasn't seen you yet.
No, don't think I have.
Wow, what a terrible friend.
I got
No,
to see,
you're fine.
Have
I got to
not
see
seen
Jill and Tim as well.
What
That
a
was
terrible
pretty sweet.
friend.
Oh yeah, I
You
guess
know what,
with
though?
Ma.
I don't want to knock on Scott today.
No.
I don't want to knock on Scott today.
It's
Let me
his-
tell
Thank
you.
you.
Let me
Yes.
tell you what. Let me tell you what today is. Okay, today is certain things are happening today. Today is Celebrate Bisexuality Day.
All right.
Celebrating that,
Awesome.
Scott.
Love that. Yeah.
Today is the International Day of Sign Languages.
Love
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I like signs.
Today is National Checkers Day. You love
Oh.
checkers.
Tough game.
Rallies. They call it rallies here.
Today is the National Great American Pot Pie Day.
Whew.
Oh,
I was looking at pot pie
finally.
last night. A little phyllo dough. Get out of here.
National Snack Stick Day.
What does that mean? Snack stick.
Pies, huh?
What is
Like a
snack
pretzel?
stick? Yeah.
Slim Jim.
I'm thinking like more Slim Jim than anything else.
Taquito.
National Restless Legs Awareness Day.
Right here. Hello. Every night of my life.
You got RLS? Mm-hmm. Get out.
I do
I
too.
got RBF and I got RLS.
I
didn't know.
got Restless Legs.
I got IBS it.
Isn't that something though? I mean, isn't that caused by something? You having
Yeah. The
caffeine?
desire to boogie.
Pass?
It is the desire to boogie, but it's also like I got to get stuff done.
Wanna
Like I'm doing
run.
it right now. Like throughout this show, people are like, "You're always bouncing." Like, yeah, my
Oh.
legs are moving.
No. But I thought RLS, like restless leg syndrome.
you're
That's,
sleeping.
that's like a thing when you're sleeping and
When
you're
you're
like
sleeping,
you're
you're
dancing,
running.
you're dream dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're running.
Same.
Like my dog has RLS.
Yeah.
So we're being aware of it today. Okay, we're aware.
I'm
Yes.
aware.
Restless Legs.
All right, we
Aware
did
now.
our job. We did our job.
Today is also, ladies and gentlemen, Redhead Appreciation Day. Appreciating
The most important day of the year.
Redhead.
Thank you.
King Scott.
Second birthday.
Yeah.
Redheads, it's
Cool.
time to celebrate you. The day was created to recognize and appreciate those who rock the fiery red hair.
I like it.
It has been celebrated every year since way back when, like, a long time now.
Yeah, the Wildling days.
2005.
Oh, 2005. That's
2005, and it's a great way for people with red hair to come together as one big community. So, what's on the agenda today?
well. I'm gonna go to all the restaurants and all the shops that have all these cool specials for redheads. I'm sure there's a lot of free things they're
so
giving
many.
away.
Can I have the
Wendy's,
redheaded
right?
discount?
Yeah. Well,
All right,
Wendy's has to have. Yeah, you're right.
So here are some redhead
I'm their
facts.
spokesperson.
Less than 2% of the world's population has red hair. Red hair is a result of a genetic mutation that affects the production of melanin.
I'm a mutant.
Redheads tend to have fewer but thicker hair strands than other colors. A genetic mutation linked to red hair can make individuals more sensitive to pain. Redheads can produce vitamin D more efficiently than those with other hair colors due to their fair skin. Redheads may be more sensitive to cold temperatures due to their lower body fat percentage. Okay.
That's incorrect.
Redheads may have a slightly higher risk of developing asthma.
Do you have asthma?
No.
Okay, good.
I can breathe.
Some studies suggest that redheads may be more sensitive to spicy foods.
No.
Do you have the redhead
This is
dread?
like the op. What's that?
Yeah,
the redhead dread?
I
Like
guess
they need to give you more anesthesia?
sometimes. Yeah, actually, that is true. Whenever I'm at the dentist, they have to like just keep squirting it in
They
there.
call that
But
the redhead dread.
yeah, but the whole like the cold is where it's my element. I like the cold.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Spicy foods. That's all I eat.
Spicy foods?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, some famous redheads. Go ahead, Scott. Give me some famous redheads.
Alf.
Alf? Not on my list, but
Okay.
okay, I'll
You
put
gotta
him on there.
start. You gotta start with LB, right?
All right. So Julia Roberts,
Okay, Julia
Jessica
Roberts.
Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit.
Lucille Ball.
Oh, yeah, Lucy.
I'm just kidding.
Lucille,
Lucille
Ball,
Ball.
yeah.
Not a
When her
natural
hair
redhead
died,
though.
though?
Yeah.
Was she?
No, I don't think she was natural. I think she did it to stand out.
She is considered a redhead, though.
Mad Magazine guy.
Ed Sheeran. Oh yeah.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. Yeah, the mad guy was
Oh.
Pete and Pete from the Nickelodeon show. Pete and Pete.
greatest
Ron
show
Howard.
Ron Howard, yeah.
His Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh yes.
Carrot Top.
That kid from Problem Child.
Oh yeah. Kathy Griffin.
Maybe I just
Kathy.
imagine.
Kathy.
Mark Twain.
Yeah, Mark
Redhead.
Twain.
Mark Twain.
Samuel.
Mark Twain was a redhead.
Mark
Yes.
Twain was a redhead.
That makes me
I
feel
did not
That's
different.
know
why
that.
he's so wise.
Peg Bundy. She's hot ass redhead.
Vincent Van Gogh. Redhead. Thomas Jefferson.
Didn't know that.
Thomas Jefferson.
Tommy.
Really?
Tommy Jefferson.
TJ.
Prince Harry.
Yeah, that guy.
Prince Harry. Rupert Grint. from Harry Potter, Ron Weasley. Conan O'Brien.
That's such a
The king.
Rupert Grint sounds like a Harry Potter character name.
Yeah, it does.
When you say it and then you say Ron Weasley, that sounds like the actor who played Rupert Grint
Yeah, you're right.
on Harry Potter. It throws me off.
Eddie Redmayne.
Oh,
Is
yes.
he a redhead?
I don't know. Sure looks
Somebody
like
said Emma Stone, but she's not a natural redhead. She's actually a natural blonde.
it. Oh, yeah, she did that. Again, that's the Lucille Ball thing. She did it so she would stand out in Hollywood.
Ginger Spice from the Spice Girls.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Judas from the Bible.
Oh,
What
a redhead?
do
oh
you
no.
know?
Often depicted with red hair.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
I don't think they had brown yet with paint, so they had to.
Florence from Florence and the Machine.
Florence Welch.
Yeah, she's a redhead.
Deep cut.
Galileo.
Was he a
Ooh.
redhead?
Yeah.
Shirley Manson.
Redhead. So today we recognize you, Scott.
this is
And
good.
appreciate you.
Sean White, someone said.
Oh, yeah, the flying
Yeah.
tomato.
Gorgeous.
Ooh.
The flying
Conan.
tomato. We already said Conan.
Wait, Conan.
Oh,
I get
said
the
Conan.
I get the not listening bell for about 5 minutes till the next person does it.
it is officially October, guys, and it is no. I'm sorry,
Fall.
officially fall. It is we'll rewind that. Let
Excuse me.
Hang on, let's. It is officially fall.
All right. My
Pumpkins
favorite.
are out.
Pumpkins are out. I saw them in the stores. I've actually seen pumpkins in front of people's houses.
Yep, my house. I
I'm
got all my Halloween
every
crap
house-
out.
I'm clearly
Spooky.
celebrating. I'm in flannel. You know, how
What's
fall do I
what's
look?
a big fall family activity?
Ooh, hayride.
Hayrides.
Bonfire.
Jumping in
What else we
leaves.
doing?
Right around October 31st, we celebrate Halloween.
Halloween.
Let's
Big
see.
big fall family activities. Come on.
Fire pit.
Fire pit.
S'mores.
Yeah.
S'mores. What else? We going somewhere?
Hiking.
Yeah.
Hiking.
Typically, we go hiking
Hiking.
when the bugs are dead.
Okay, what else we
Go out to the pumpkin patch, watch them shoot them out of
Pumpkin
cannons.
patch.
Yeah, go through a
okay.
maze.
Oh, what are you
Corn
gonna,
maze.
what are you gonna do? Blueberry picking or apple picking or whatever? it is?
Yes,
yes.
I like
apple
booger
picking.
picking.
Apple picking. Yes, the worst.
What? It's so much fun.
We did
Great
it.
photos.
We did it not long ago. It had like 4 sacks of apples that we paid to pick. And it
Yeah, I was
like,
reading
wait
this
a
thing.
second.
Here's why apple
Yeah,
picking. Hey, shout out to Eckerd's. I get it. It's a big part of the thing they do out there.
It's awesome.
Can I
It
say
is
something
fun.
about Eckert's?
They crush it.
Yeah, please.
I don't know if I brought this up on the show last year, but I love Eckert's. My best friend and I, we do massage, and then we go to Eckert's and we have a feast.
Nice.
And the last time we went to Eckert's, they had to get rid of their biscuits. Their fried biscuits
Oh,
that
at the
come
restaurant.
with yes.
What happened?
I don't know. I think it's a supply issue, but if somebody can just fix that for everyone, we're going for
Well,
the
I mean-
biscuits.
Well, you remember that ship got caught in the canal and they said it was filled with biscuits.
Biscuits.
Probably what
that
it
was
is.
the biscuit
No,
ship.
it's a supply chain issue. No, as far as apple picking goes, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being great family activity, 1 being the worst, it's about a 3.
Why?
I'll tell you 11 reasons why.
Okay.
Oh my
11.
gosh.
Everybody
There's an
saddle
extra
up.
reason
A little
on there.
deep.
11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's fun involved. People are happy.
Listen, I like that fun. Now, I didn't write this list. This is somebody else wrote this, and I felt like this person was like my spirit animal.
Great.
1, you're doing the work. Okay, there's a reason people get paid to do it. 2, there's rotting fruit all over the ground. 3, bugs. 4, you'll get lost. Orchards are like massive apple mazes. 5, the more apples you pick, the harder it gets because the bag gets heavy.
That's true.
Then you got your mud. If it's rained in the past 24 hours, definitely don't bother. Then you got the crowds. You're probably going to go on a weekend just like everybody else. The photos aren't great, but you'll have to deal with lots of other people who are just doing it for the gram. Then you end up with more apples than you know what you're going to do with.
Yeah.
Right?
It's pie time or something.
Visit neighbors.
I guess it's pie time. And every grocery store has apples, so why are we making this a whole thing?
It's a cute date.
Hey, I'll confess, in my home, and we go through an enormous amount of fruit. Apples are probably the only thing that has never gone bad in our house. An apple will always find a way into his stomach at our house.
All right, well, and here's the final reason why apple picking sucks is because the store out front is probably the best part. Right?
Oh, yeah. Dude, every time we go there, like, the kids are leaving with sacks of apples, and we're leaving with new house plants and a bunch of other crap. And I'm like, how did you do this?
I'm not singling out Eckert's because they are probably the biggest of them all around
It's the
here.
best.
You got a pumpkin cannon, dude.
But the store out front is the best part.
Yeah, there's pie there.
Yeah, it's cool.
If you do head to an orchard this fall, they say, just hit the store for the cider and donuts. Skip the whole apple picking part.
Well, we do the pumpkin patch every year, too, and we always come home with jellies and salad dressings and local honey and just so much crap. We spend a few $100s in that little shop thing.
You know what, though? There's nothing like picking. Like, I was pulling up all my garden this weekend because we just put it away because I was like, I'm fed up.
Putting away the garden.
And so I was pulling up all my carrots, these little baby carrots, and I was just eating them straight out of the ground. And, like, there's nothing better than picking fruit or vegetable right out of the earth and just consuming it. It's the best it's ever going to taste.
in your backyard. You're not going to drive out, fight parking.
That's true. I actually have never gone apple picking, and it's always looked very lovely to me.
You're not missing anything.
I'm going to go.
You get to ride the
We had
tractor.
a good
You get
time.
to cruise around.
You'll like it.
You're not missing
know.
much.
Yeah, we have a good
I
time.
like, what about
peaceful.
pumpkin picking? Is that the
Yeah,
same?
same thing.
It's super fun. Yeah,
So
just take
cute.
a wagon around and
But you pick your own pumpkin. I
Right.
like that. I do like that. I like to go out in the field and feel like I'm gathering.
Right. Hunters gatherers, dude.
Where I'm like, no, not this ugly gourd. I'm going to find the perfect pumpkin. I feel like Charlie Brown out there.
it's
When
fun.
you find a good one, it feels good, man. Especially if you're going to go carve it up.
Yeah. Tim asked me the other day, he goes, why don't you ever carve our pumpkins? I go, I don't know. I like having the real, just full pumpkin.
Well, when you
no
start
bugs.
carving them, then where the animals really come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what you want.
We
That's what Lern
carved.
wants.
All of them. Come
You
to
paint
me.
yours?
No, I like having just straight up pumpkins. I think they're so cute. Like with the weird little stalk thing.
Yeah.
You go for different weird ones, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
little white ones.
I like the ugly
carved.
ones.
Yeah.
We carved pumpkins one Halloween, and in the backyard with the kids, and reach your hand and they get the guts, and you buy the pumpkin carving kit, and everybody's making jack-o'-lanterns, and it was fun. And then we put them out front with a little tea candle in it, and then within a couple hours, gone.
Yep.
The whole thing gone.
Got it in the morning, and it was half a head was missing.
Chewed to bits.
Chewed to bits. It was a mess.
I also like it when
Happy deer,
it's,
though.
it's winter time and the pumpkin is still just rotting over to the
when
side
they
of my
melt.
house. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
When
let
they
it
start
happen.
melting.
And then
Oh.
it grows. Next season, you get pumpkins because
I
it
saw it.
grows pumpkins.
No, when it starts
Right.
melting, that's when you take it back in the woods and you take baseball bats to it. It's so
when
much
it starts
fun.
melting, when you have to take it off your front porch with a shovel because you can't lift it anymore.
Well,
'cause it'll
yeah, you do
disintegrate
it.
in your
You do it
hands.
before that, and then you smash pumpkins. Smashing pumpkins is one of the
It is
most fun
I
things.
just chuck
to
them in
do.
the woods.
Well, that's why the pumpkin cannon is the most amazing thing at Eckert's. Like, I can sit around and watch that all day.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Just a
after fall.
trebuchet, just launching pumpkins out into the stratosphere.
We brought we brought the kids apple picking once out there at Eckert's, and each kid comes back with 3 bushels of apples. Like, what are we gonna do with all these apples?
Dad, we're going to eat them.
Somebody just gave us a bag of Eckert's apples. I've been going ham on them. They're great. Give them to me. I'll eat them. I did see, you're right about them growing too, because I saw a nice picture of a dog. Someone's dog ate all the pumpkin guts and then pooped them out, and then had his own little pumpkin patch accidentally grow in the backyard. And he took a
Nice.
picture
Dog
of the dog
gardening,
with
right
all his
on.
little babies,
A little
all his little
poop-
baby
poopkins.
pumpkins that he gave birth to.
Poo
out there.
pumpkins.
Did you hear about these purple apples?
No.
no
Well, fake
purple
news on
apples.
social media can be deceptive and can be dangerous, and now it could be delicious because some images have been going viral online, going like crazy, showing new purple apples.
Oh, the same thing happened with watermelons a couple years ago.
They
Remember?
have a vibrant purple skin, purple flesh, and crazy people online are so hooked, they've been desperately trying to track these things down. The post says the purple apple originates from Saskatchewan, Canada, thrives in its chilly climate, boasts a flavor profile reminiscent of cinnamon and banana, and they go by the nickname Canadian grapes. And it also says they're prized ingredients in the creation of purple applesauce, celebrated by indigenous Saskatchewan peoples. And they embody the rich tapestry of Saskatchewan's culture and culinary heritage. The problem is they do not exist. The images are AI generated,
Dang it.
and you guys are idiots.
Yes.
So I ordered a bunch, and that's why they haven't showed up yet.
This same thing was going around with watermelon. It was either purple watermelon or blue watermelon or something just a couple years ago, and they had the flesh that was purple
Yeah.
or blue or whatever it was, and people were everywhere were asking for them and trying to find these things, and it was totally fake.
Yeah, well, again, the images are AI generated, and the stuff about thriving in chilly climates and rich tapestries is nonsense. Orchards and nurseries up in Saskatchewan say they have been getting a lot of calls about the purple apples from apple enthusiasts who were duped.
Man, I bet you Eckert's is going to hear about that this year.
Yeah, go to Eckert's and ask for the purple apple. See if they got any purple apple trees.
And tell him,
Tell them Rafe sent you.
Scott Rizzuto. Dude, you know what is not fake that people thought was fake was in Japan was when we first saw this. Watermelons and
Squares.
I think pumpkins. Yeah, they grow them.
The square ones.
They
Yeah.
grow them in boxes to make them form like
That's real.
these cubes. And the reason they do that isn't to be like cutesy or whatever. It's so they can stack them in the little stores.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
the
Shipping,
refrigerator.
too. They
Yeah.
can pack more in a shipping
And
container.
Yeah, but
they're incredible looking.
But I hear though it does affect flavor profile.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they're not as sweet as your normal.
I'm assuming if you're doing something to the natural shape of it, it's probably going to change something
Yeah,
else.
they said they're not as sweet as your
Really?
normal.
I've never had
watermelon.
And they're tougher to roll.
All I know is,
Scott.
was it this year? It was recent. The watermelon that was going around was the greatest watermelon I've ever had. And I remember, like, we were slicing it, I was going, "This
The
is
yellow one.
No, the yellow one's good though. It's not all that different, but it's pretty good. No, whatever they've been doing to watermelons recently, holy smokes! And we're just getting them at Schnucks and I was about to say Shop and Save, but Fresh Time, whatever's around. Dude, watermelons are on fire.
They were
these
garbage
days.
this summer. Garbage.
Was it
Really?
this summer?
This summer was garbage.
Maybe you just had some bad ones, brother. I had one that was just
Very mad.
untouchable.
The ones from our yard
Not
were
gonna get over it
pretty
either.
good.
You grew watermelons in
Heck
your
yeah, I
yard?
did.
Okay, well,
Look at
I'm
that,
not-
man.
I
It's
don't have
It's easy.
I don't have overland soil.
You just dump it in the ground and it goes like crazy.
really
Shoots out everywhere and you get tons of little growths. It's pretty fun.
tons of little growths.
Yeah, on your body, which is
That's a
weird.
little gross.
Hey, here's a random question. When you're giving somebody a tour of your house, do you include your bedroom?
Yes. Oddly enough.
I
yeah.
start there.
I know it is a bit odd, but I feel like that's the thing that most people are curious the most about. I'm curious about everybody's bedrooms in this room, like what they look like how well they're kept.
Yeah, I got into a discussion with a friend about this over the weekend. Like when giving somebody a tour of your house, do you show them the bedroom?
We don't really give tours. I don't think anybody does that anymore.
No,
but-
when you first moved in.
Sure, yeah. Mostly because our bedroom is stupidly big. And I don't mean that to brag. It's too big. It's actually kind of strange.
Especially since you have a
See, I'm
basketball
curious,
court in
like,
there.
Very
what do you
strange.
mean?
We have a fireplace in our bedroom.
That's awesome. See, that's awesome.
We had one when we
We've
lived
never
in
used it.
off Doherty Ferry. Never used it.
It's a total waste.
Oh man, I'd use it.
And when we were looking at the house, we're like, oh my God, it's got a fireplace in the bedroom.
Yeah, we did too. We were like, this is the biggest bedroom ever. We could do all sorts of activities in here, and it's just a bedroom, man. Like we don't need half of this space.
That's sweet. No, I do that, and when I'm giving people, because the way my house is laid out, it's like a split level. So I want to take you through every wing. So, if you want to see my dining room is to see my bedroom. So we might as well just, here it is. Here's my Scarface
when
tub. It's out of order.
When we moved in, I think we showed them every room, like here, the bedroom. I didn't see it as a problem. Some people find it weird.
Sure, I understand that as well.
I mean, it's a
Some
sacred.
people think it's weird.
It's a sacred place. Like our kids, this is like a threshold there. Our kids don't cross that line unless they're invited. You know
I
what I'm
remember the first time maybe the third time I met Rafe, we were building up the videos for our debut on this show.
Yeah.
And you and the film crew came to my house, and we were kind of having like a brainstorm at my house. And he just walked, you were like looking at everything. You were looking at how the structures were. You walked through my entire house, and I didn't mind. I loved that.
Clearly. I was slapping some timbers, knocking on stuff, make sure everything was up to
Everything
You
was
want
code.
to see the deck?
Yeah.
Is this a sound deck?
I go, whose underwear drawer is this? You or Tim's?
Yeah.
Now, here's a better question. when you're at somebody's house and you don't want a tour. They go, hey, I only take out a tour of the house. And you go,
Yeah, no, that's all right.
You start making drinks.
It's a house.
no, we're good.
Yeah.
I've been in that situation before. Hey, you want me to take out the tour of the house?
Not really.
Not really.
I always want the tour.
Do you go though?
I kind of gauge how excited they are.
Yeah.
Like if they're excited to show me something, like my finished basement, okay.
I'll FaceTime you later, and you got to see this because it's weird.
Please.
You would go, wow, that's so cool, but yeah, you're right. Why would anyone?
I
want
want to see your Game of Thrones bedroom.
It's so dumb.
You and Mal.
I almost feel like your house is so good vibes that it almost invites the tour.
Yeah, I
Some
want people to
people's
walk
houses
through it.
invite it. Like your house was so like well lit, set up so nice. You got your little sun reading area, your little nook,
Yeah.
good art on the walls. I'm like this. I feel like I'm in a cool museum of Lern.
When you move into a place, I think the first 3 months of owning it is when you give the tours. And then after that,
I used to have parties at my mom's house. My mom's house, you have to understand, like my mom and I, whenever she was single mom, we slept in the same bed. We had like a single bedroom apartment. All right. So when my mom married Jerry and they built their house in Columbia, and it still to this day is the most beautiful house I've ever been in. Like it's just beautiful. And whenever I used to have parties in high school, my mom was out of town. I would give the tour of the house, like, hey, don't go into this room. And then we have a secret room. We have like a panic room at my mom's house.
Whoa, that's
It's not really a panic room, but it looks like a thing of drawers. And you push it, and it's a room. And I always wanted to show people that, like select people. But then the other people that I didn't give tours to, we'd mess with them because you could go behind these other drawers and start pushing the drawers out, and it looks like there's a ghost opening the doors. So I wanted like
cool.
certain people to have the, understand what was up.
we'll play hide and seek.
Yeah,
What is that room for?
That's cool.
it's like an electrical closet for behind their like entertainment center. that's
Right, and it
built
just
in.
hides it.
Hides the wires and
Yeah,
whatnot.
hides the wires and
cool.
It's like
is that?
storage. It's so cool.
That's cool.
That'd be a dream.
So I don't know.
Yeah, unless you have something truly unique at the house. I don't want to see it.
If you want a tour of my house, you can just stand in the front door, look down the shotgun of the 3 rooms I live in, and be like, and we can go on about our day.
Although when I was at Scott's house, your attic, like space up there.
Yeah, upstairs. Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
What's up with
yeah,
that?
I like that.
He's got
Because
like
that's
this
where a
weird.
sex dungeon is.
Wait a minute. Is it like a tall attic? Like you can go up there and chill?
It's now it's a second floor, but yeah, it's not very tall. It's got the weird, the roof
A-frame?
comes down, so
Yeah.
you have to like start ducking when you get closer to the wall. But it's really cool. It's set up because you come up the steps and then there's a side on the right, side over here, and there's a bathroom on the left, and it's all kind of hidden. And
Do you have a miniature version of your city? I'm imagining like the Beetlejuice attic.
No, well,
yeah, I got
like
Of Overland?
Yeah, I got that with all the trampolines, so it's really fun.
well, the
with
way you
Lego
put the
guys
sex
that jump.
swing up there with the eye hook.
Sure.
Well, yeah,
It's a great spot for
Right
that.
under
because
the
it has
roof.
beautiful windows, so everyone can see what we're doing. It's a great spot for that. Hey, neighbors.
Hey, before we hit the Team Rizz Member of the Day, not actually hit this person, but recognize this person, I do want to go over to the Pick'em scores.
Sure, man.
RizzShow Fast Lane Pick'em Challenge Week number 3.
That's too much singing for this
That's a
I
theme song.
wonder what happened.
horrible showing.
Well, I had looked at the scores this morning. I actually just looked at the RizzShow scores this morning. And
Pretty tight.
man, I tell you what, collectively, RizzShow, we did not do great.
No.
Like, we did not. There are 2 games tonight. There are 2 games today. So you got the Bills
And the Jaguars.
Bills, Jaguars, and then the
Bengals and Commanders.
Right. So there are 2 Monday night games.
So we could, yeah, I mean,
Nobody's getting into double digits as far as wins go.
nobody.
Whoops.
Anybody on the fast lane side?
There's one person that if they get both right, they will get 10.
Okay, out of 10 players, only one person, if they get both games correct tonight, has the potential of getting 10 right for the entire week.
Yeah, it was a
Horrible
disaster.
showing.
It was a disaster for everybody, and I felt so smart. We all felt so smart. We're
I
like,
did. I
oh,
fucking had
Jets
picks.
over the Patriots. Oh, this is gonna be great. We're
Yep.
looking good these days. And then it was just I got one wrong. I got 6.
And I made the smart choice. Like, I was like, why do I have the Broncos? I need to switch that. And so I did. And I'm really glad I switched the Bronco pick.
Now, I do know that everybody has the same picks
Yeah.
for tonight's games, so there will be, regardless of what scores Moon says, nobody's changing.
That's right. So we do have a winner as far as teams go.
All right, so let's go over the Rizz Show picks first.
Okay. In first place, with 6.
With a potential maybe for 8.
Scott Rizzuto. And I wonder why we're going over this right now. This is interesting.
Hang on.
Not worthy of applause.
Hang on.
Hanging on.
Okay.
All right. I know I won, guys. Everybody sit down. Everybody sit down. Thank you.
In
Congrats.
second place, with 5. Lern.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Lern. Nice.
How about
In
those
third
apples?
place, with 5. Me.
Okay.
In fourth
Well,
place,
I mean, you can't say in 4th or 5th.
With
You all get
5.
the same.
no, we have to because there is a ranking system that will put people above or below. And this is how it goes.
Only after the
Yes,
Monday night games.
I understand that, but last week goes into this ranking. Fourth place with 5, King Scott. Fifth place with 5, Rafe Williams.
Wow.
So, and you all have the same picks for tonight, so
Yes,
it
we
comes
do.
down to final score.
It will come down to the score between the Bengals and the Commanders.
Well, what's
Sweet.
wrong with all of us? Why are we doing so poorly?
Well, I'll tell you this. The Fast Lane did better than us, but not by much.
Really?
Their winner is Kerry Davis. He had 8.
8.
BK
8.
7, Stalter 7, Rivers 7, Marsh 6. So they only got 2 more picks than we did on average.
Well, what's their score?
Total score as of now, Fastlane 35, RizzShow 26. We didn't even get in the 30s.
Yeah,
We
guys.
should all be ashamed.
I
They should
mean,
be
I
ashamed
was
too, by the way.
shocked.
it was a rough week.
It was a
who should
rough
be
go.
ashamed? The Cowboys should be ashamed. The Raiders
49ers
should be ashamed. The
Cowboys
Buccaneers
almost
should be ashamed. The Saints should be ashamed.
Yeah. Not great, guys. 0-3.
Yeah, we'll get him this week.
0-3, yep.
Let's really try hard
Well,
this
and it
week.
really does come down to tonight's Cincinnati game. Is that the one that we pick scores on?
The score will be determined on the Bengals-Commanders game, not
Okay.
the Bills-Jaguars.
And we'll find out tomorrow which one of you is getting shot and who will be the dunce of the week. Because the dunce will be what was the lowest score on the Fast Lane side? Marsh.
Marsh, yeah, but he had 6.
Okay, so one of us will be the dunce of the week.
Yeah, we lost this. I mean, it's all 5 of them and then all 5 of us.
All right, but as far as the lowest score goes,
It will have to
it
be
will
us.
be one of us.
Okay.
We're going to be like the spin doctors, 4 dunces, because 4 of us are finishing under Marsh, regardless.
Yeah. One of you will be the absolute worst.
There'll be an absolute dunce, but 4 of us will finish lower than the worst person on the fast lane. We got creamed.
Yeah, we got
This
creamed
week.
this week.
Yeah.
Well, one of us did their jobs.
0-3. You know what?
Barely. One of us barely
You
did
tied with their
jobs.
last place guy.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
yeah.
What a
spin it
week
all
to
the way
lead.
Let
you
the
want.
people up.
What
Yeah,
a
I know
week
they're
to lead.
applauding for me again.
Okay.
Guys, I know I won the week for the race show, but please sit down.
That's enough of that.
All right, that's brought to us by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. HotShotsNet.com for all the Hot Shots details. From Moscow Mills, Chris Parker is our
Chris.
Chris has been a Rizz Show listener since day one. He always makes sure to check out the podcast for what he misses on the show. Loves all the banter between the crew, the variety of personalities of all the show members. Loves Pressure Luck, Match Up with Moon, and the mixture of guests that drop in on occasion. Chris has attended many Rizz Show events and point concerts over the years and continues to spread the gospel of Rizz to many members of his family and friends. A regular Rizz evangelist. Chris Parker from Moscow Mills is our Team Rizz member of the day. Get super sweet Team Rizz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, let's take our first break of the morning. We'll come back with Crap on Celebrities. It is 7:17. It is a stormy Monday morning. Flash of lightning, thunder over at the radio station. First look at the traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. Experience the thrill of nitro-fueled racing at the NHRA Midwest Nationals. Come see your favorite drag racers at WWT Raceway from September 27th to the 29th.
This weekend.
Yep, we got a right-hand shoulder blocked due to a stalled vehicle 64 westbound at Limburg. And out on 70 in front of O'Fallon and St. Peter's, everything's kind of a mess. We got delays 70 eastbound between Missouri A and Bryan Road. Your point forecast, widespread rain this morning and evening. High of 73 right now to 67 at the Point Studio.
Welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams. 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RizzShow. Show your emails. RizzShow at 1057thepoint.com. Sex time fun fact, sex toy of the week. Porno birthday, crab on celebrities here in just a second. BuzzFeed, I love going on there every once in a while. They put together a list of interesting facts about 2000s pop culture. I don't know, I get off on this kind of stuff here.
Yeah, it's good.
So some highlights here. The song Hey Ya. We all know that song, Hey Ya.
Outcast, yeah.
Outcast. Happy-go-lucky song, huh?
Yeah, take your Polaroid and shake it.
Shake it.
Right.
Actually, a very sad song.
About what?
According to Andre 3000, who wrote the majority of that song, he says the song was about modern-day relationships and how, quote, a lot of people stay together for tradition, choosing to be unhappy rather than alone. Hey Ya is a sad song. YouTube was meant to be a video dating site when it launched in 2005. Scottish actor, how would you pronounce this?
Seamus.
Dougray.
Dougray.
Dougray. You know this guy, Dougray Scott.
He's almost Wolverine.
He was originally cast as Wolverine. When he had to back out, it was offered to
Hugh.
Russell Crowe.
Dougray.
Russell turned it down,
Oh,
but he
man.
recommended Hugh Jackman.
He looks like he's got Dougray Scott's got a mustache in this photo on Google, and he could play Nikola Tesla.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He was like the bad guy in one of the Mission Impossible movies.
Dougray Scott. Look this guy up. So he was the original Wolverine.
Honestly, kind of looks like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Chris
Great
Isaac,
bone
too.
structure.
And then Russell Crowe, and then he couldn't do it, so he's like, my buddy Hugh Jackman. He's a good dude.
Thank goodness.
Arrested Development. Love that show.
Yes.
I know, Scott, you're a big fan.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Arrested Development and the show The OC almost did a crossover episode.
That would have been awesome.
Scott, do you listen to Smart List, the podcast?
Not all the time, yeah.
Oh.
I do love it, though, but I'm not like a
I love
diehard.
them. And I've only
too many
seen a
good
little
ones.
bit of Arrested Development. I need to watch the one.
It's a
I
good
have
show.
seen.
Yeah, it's
I like
worth it. It's very quick.
So Arrested Development and the OC almost did a crossover episode, but the producers of the show ultimately decided it was too, quote-unquote, meta. 13 going on 30.
Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Garner. Mark Ruffalo is in that movie. He almost dropped out because he had such a hard time during rehearsals for the Thriller dance scene. Fans thought, and I remember when this happened, fans thought Heath Ledger was a terrible choice to play the Joker.
Because he was so good looking.
Yeah. Yeah, they thought, this teenage heartthrob. Because I think his biggest thing was, what, A Knight's Tale?
And 10 Things I Hate About You.
And The Patriot, he was incredible.
Yeah, he's the son in The Patriot.
But there was much gnashing of the teeth when they announced Heath Ledger as a Joker.
Man, I wonder if he would still be alive had he not played that role.
I know.
Because he went down to such a
think about
dark
that.
place.
And a lot of people, thought the same about when Michael Keaton was cast as Batman back in 89. In both instances, the haters were dead wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I saw like maybe a TikTok or something, and they had all of the old TV interviews when Michael Keaton got cast. And this guy's like, maybe I'm wrong. I'll eat my underwear if I'm wrong. But Michael Keaton is going to be, he could never be Adam West. That's who they were comparing it to.
Oh, God.
And I wonder if that guy ate his underwear because
Hopefully he
Michael
did.
Keaton crushed it. Was Brokeback before Batman? Was that Heath's big movie?
Yeah, that was before. That was the late 90s, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
No,
Like
no, no.
99?
It was right before.
Brokeback was like 04.
Oh, really?
Okay, so one
Early
was,
2000s.
so I guess that was.
Brokeback Mountain was
Dark Knight was-
2006.
Is that when it came out?
So one was The Dark Knight.
It says it was a 2005 drama, but I think think it came out.
Dark Knight
in-
2012. Or no, that was Dark Knight Rises, 2008.
So he did
2008,
Brokeback
so
first.
he did
That,
that.
like that was a huge success for them.
Yeah, you're right.
Brokeback came out in January 2006.
Okay, so this is a good trivia question. In 2006, what was the last major Hollywood movie to be released on VHS?
2006.
In 2006, this movie was the last major Hollywood movie to be released on VHS.
Brokeback Mountain.
I don't know if anybody. It's actually a very good movie,
It's comedy or what?
starring Viggo Mortensen.
Oh, Hidalgo.
Buffalo
A History of
66.
Violence.
Oh,
Oh, History
Oh,
of
yeah, I remember
Violence.
that.
Yeah.
Movie's wild. That shower fight scene, dude.
That's a good movie, isn't it?
And that weird fight they had
I
on the
want to film
stairs.
that.
He is Viggo.
People were
With
naked
his
in the
wife?
shower fighting.
Oh, it was wild. He like
Was it sword fighting?
It was not, Lern.
I'm just asking the questions that people may have.
We are watching Lord of the Rings again.
I thought of you this
I'm
weekend.
loving it, man.
We started Game of Thrones for the
You
third
did?
time. Yeah, tis the
Nice.
season.
Waste.
I'm so proud of you.
And I'm telling you what, man.
We do it in October, so I'm only a few weeks away.
Amy Winehouse was tapped to sing the theme song for the 2008 James Bond movie Quantum of Solace, but she was a wreck by that point.
Yeah.
Jack White was brought in last minute, recorded Another Way to Die with Alicia Keys. Queer Eye for the Straight Guy was born when creators saw a wife berate her husband for not being as well dressed as 3 nearby gay men.
By the way, Queer Eye's Jonathan Van Ness at Helium Comedy Club this weekend.
Oh my God.
He's the best. I love him. I can't wait to go see
He's
him.
St. Louis's own, right?
He's from Quincy.
Quincy.
Oh,
I
what
know.
They do
Let's
up there.
not mention
Oh.
that.
And the show Mad Men, right? Considered to be one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
Yes.
It is. It's awesome.
So the show's creator envisioned it as a show for HBO. But not only did HBO pass on it, they didn't even read.
Oh, really?
They didn't even read the pilot.
Good. Could have
You're
been a lot
kidding.
They
different.
didn't even read it.
So it's not that they passed on it.
They passed. I mean, I guess the script was on somebody's desk and they were just like garbage.
Like, absolutely not.
Strange.
But, yeah, but I mean,
I bet
you
the
get-
intern saw it.
you got to remember it depends on what they were after. And HBO is more of a we're going to do this, this, and this, and
They're already doing The Sopranos
and
by
that's,
that point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but they have like each year planned out. Here's what we're focusing on. Blah blah blah. So it's not that they were like, oh, let's check this out. And oh, is this for
They said they
us?
didn't even read the pilot.
That's what I mean. That's a better thing for Mad Men. They weren't rejected. They weren't considered.
What year did Mad Men come out? Because was that like when Game of Thrones was getting ready to take off?
No, it was before that.
I think it was
Right?
before.
Was
04,
it? Oh, okay.
03, 04. Am I wrong or is? But you-
Sopranos was going.
But you know what I'm saying? Like each place has its own kind of niche.
It
if
would
you
have been a
will.
good HBO movie. Oh, it would have been a good HBO show.
2007 is when Mad Men started.
Oh, really? Do you think it would have gone as far though?
Maybe farther. I don't know.
Maybe farther. I don't think
Maybe.
it could have gone any bigger than it did. That was the talk of television.
What was it, AMC?
AMC, yeah. And they were, dude, I think it found the right home for sure.
Yeah, thank goodness AMC picked it. I mean, that took them off, like gave them to be competitive with HBO.
Well, and they had that Walking Dead, right? Walking
Yeah.
Dead
Walking
AMC.
Dead, yeah.
All right, today is September the 23rd. Back in the day, 178 years ago, 1846, Neptune was discovered. A German astronomer was able to find it by studying the gravity-induced disturbances of Uranus. Read into that what you will. 116 years ago today, 1908, Fred Bonehead Merkel was the runner on first, and he infamously failed to touch second base after his teammate scored the game-winning run on his hit. His slip-up cost the Giants the pennant against the Cubs and became known as Merkel's Boner.
I'm sorry. What?
Merkel's Boner.
Merkin's boner.
32 years ago, 1992, Manon Rheaume became the first woman to play a major professional team sport as goalie for the Tampa Bay Lightning. She gave up 2 goals in 20 minutes, and they lost to St. Louis 6-4 in an NHL exhibition game.
And they said, never again, ladies.
No, I think she wound up doing another game the following year.
I have her 2 rookie cards of hers.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
And I
surprising.
think she did Dancing with the Stars, too. 30 years ago today, 1994, The Shawshank Redemption was released. 25 years ago today, 1999, Netflix launches as a mail-in subscription model. And 15 years ago today, in 2009, Modern Family premieres that lasted for 11 seasons. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we start with this. Usher's Twitter feed was scrubbed over the weekend, just days after Diddy was arrested on a variety of sex-related charges, and people wondered if there was a connection. But Usher eventually denied that he scrubbed his Twitter. He said, account got hacked. Damn, y'all ran with it. However, Usher's association with Diddy goes all the way back to the 90s when he was just a child, and Diddy took him under his wing, mentored him for many years. Also in past interviews, Usher has talked about how there were always women around the house, even one time saying, quote, you'd open a door and see somebody doing it or several people in a room having an orgy. You never knew what was going to happen. So read into this however you want.
People are speculating like crazy, and people are trying to connect dots. Did anybody see that Kevin Hart video that was making the rounds this weekend?
No,
it was
where he was at a Diddy party, and they're filming in a bathroom, and there's all these scantily clad women, and a woman lights on fire accidentally. Like her hair goes up on fire, and he's laughing at her.
Kevin Hart is?
Kevin Hart's laughing at her. I mean, literally, her hair is on fire.
Weird. I keep seeing all the Cat Williams videos and everybody else saying stuff, and like, man.
Cat Williams knew, man. Cat Williams is a prophet.
The sleuths are out. Those internet genius sleuths are just finding every connection. Oh, they're also saying the same thing about Pink, by the way, because she deleted her tweets.
Well, she was taken to a party. There was a guy, I don't remember, this came up in my feed. Some guy, it was like a producer role or somebody behind the scenes is like, Pink and I went to a party one time at Diddy's, and he ended up leaving. He was like, I got a bad feeling in my gut, decided to leave. And all this news that's coming out now, he kind of came forward and said, I'm happy that I did because God only knows like what I would have saw or have been involved with this.
So many celebrities were at these freak-off parties. And, who's Prince Harry? They're talking Kevin Hart.
Possibly
they're talking
J-Lo.
DiCaprio. And, well, here's P. Diddy. This is from back in 2002. This is him on Conan.
22 years ago. All right.
This is him on Conan talking about tips for the perfect party.
What do you do to make just an amazing killer party?
This is what you need to do. Women, beautiful men for the ladies. If you don't have what they need, they're going to leave. Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but rock with me. But just check it out. You need a lot of heat. You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning. No. Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
Yeah. Gross. In context now, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even
nasty.
listening now, like, I've never heard that interview before, and it's like, I don't know. Would we have thought the same thing listening to it in 2002?
No,
you don't think?
Of course not. Well, according to the reports, Jennifer Lopez's management team is on high alert putting together their crisis plan if she gets pulled into this whole thing.
Well, of course. And also, she dated Diddy for a long time, right?
Long time, yeah. I thought they were married at one point.
It's
wild.
wild.
Know that I would leave that party because the minute I got hot, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out too.
Yeah.
Where's the AC's broken?
The minute I'm like, Diddy, you're not putting the AC down, bro. You're a billionaire.
Right.
That's how he keeps his money.
AC's on, man. I'm out.
I saw this one dude talking about it. He goes, man, at one point, Diddy was sitting there thinking that his smartest move ever was filming all this stuff so he could hold it over people and have control of them and whatever. And then he goes, and it's going to end up being the dumbest thing he's ever done because it will be the evidence that unwinds him.
Yeah, but I wonder how many celebrities and politicians are all kind of mixed up in this thing.
We're going to find out.
Well, they could pull all them out, but I guess there's enough video footage of him doing stuff, too, that's like, oh, you dum-dum.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out. Perry Farrell's wife, Eddie, took to her Instagram to offer an update on the Jane's Addiction singer situation since the cancellation of their tour last week. She shared a post which was accompanied by the artwork of love, kindness, compassion, and grace.
Yeah, of course.
And she thanked fans and friends for their beautiful words of love and support, offering love and compassion, words of kindness, and even your homes for us to escape to. She then turned to her husband, Perry, and says, as you know, Perry is the gentlest of souls, and we were equally astonished at Perry's physical outbursts as you are. But you must know that Perry must have been pushed to his absolute limit. To end that, we apologize. She says, we are taking some bit of time to ourselves to reflect and heal. Perry's already gotten appointments with an ENT, a neurologist. She says, if you know and love Perry well, you know there's no need for me to address any false narratives. Our souls know. And she insists that everyone's help, that Perry will persevere, he will recover, and that he will be happy again once able to share his music, his vision, and his artistry unbridled.
Well, if you missed last week, we had Evolution Festival producer Joe Litvag in studio, and Jane's Addiction was supposed to be a co-headliner for upcoming Sunday show at Forest Park, and obviously Jane's Addiction not playing, and Moon was kind of closest because Joe said, hey, man, we got a replacement. We can't say who it is until 10 o'clock, which infuriated me. That's fine. That's fine. But he's like, all right, throw out some guesses. And Moon yelled out Rage Against the Machine, which I thought was a ridiculous guess. Kind of right. Turns out, Tom Morello is the scheduled replacement.
Lots of people excited.
I felt terrible after we found out who it was. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, you didn't know.
Why
mean,
sorry?
Well, because I made him nervous.
Apologize for nothing.
But man, with the whole thing, with the Perry, like I do wish him well. I hope everything goes well because I hate seeing anybody in that kind of state or whatever. But like, okay, tell us afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, I hope they don't post anymore. We don't need updates on this kind of
Just
stuff.
Just go slow and low.
Yeah, I wish you well. Get off of social media. There's no need for a team update or any of that kind of stuff. Just like, let us know when everything is good, and we wish you well until then.
Hey, so I was looking at Tom Morello's set lists from previous solo shows.
I was too.
Who's singing?
Yeah, I tried to find that out too.
I could not find out.
I looked everywhere. I don't know who's singing, but he does a ton of Rage.
He does Audio Slave stuff. He does solo stuff.
I bet it's Rome.
I hear he's doing a Greek Fire cover.
He'll do your Rage stuff, your Audio Slave stuff. I have no idea who's doing the singing.
Yeah, I don't either. Warped Tour founder Kevin Lyman hasn't entirely confirmed that the tour is returning next year, but he did say there's something cooking for 2025. He explained in 2019 for the reason of ending Warped Tour to Kerrang! Magazine, it got very frustrating around 2017. He says, I was challenged by a fractured fan base, a fractured band base, the sense of community, and what I got involved in and what brought me into the punk rock. He says, if it's changed this much, maybe it's time for me to wind this thing down. So again, that was 2017. Possibly Warped Tour coming back in 2025.
Maybe.
Kevin's great. Kevin is he's the real deal. And Kevin
is a great man.
He's awesome, and it was only a matter of time. He's always working. He's always like ready to do something. It was a matter of time.
Well, we talked last week about festivals that have canceled and how the fan base is different now, ticket prices, all this different stuff. I'm wondering if this is a healthy time for Warped Tour to come back. Like, can it save the festivals by coming back, or will it be a victim to what is going on with festivals
that's why he hasn't
already?
committed to anything yet officially.
Sure.
Do you think it'll be a
Testing the
downsized version?
Yeah, it could be down.
Maybe
I don't know.
Indoors or
Or
something?
just one place?
Maybe they'll follow Lollapalooza
That's what I
model
was
and just a
thinking.
one place.
If anything, though, Kevin has a heart for bands that are working hard. Like, and I don't mean like the Green Days and the big ones that are making all the money. I'm talking about all the mid-level bands that Warped Tour help break and help sustain and help like really I hate to say like make careers for bands that otherwise wouldn't have been able to make careers. Now, whether they jumped and used it as a platform to jump to something bigger, like if he brings it back, I got a feeling his heart is still going to be for those mid-level bands that are just touring in vans, kicking ass.
Are you talking about a band like Goldfinger? Do you know anything?
No,
that
I don't know.
We need to know?
No, I truly don't know anything. And I would
rumors started right
no,
now.
and Goldfinger wouldn't do a full tour like that.
No.
Nah, we're not.
But if it was in one place, like in Chicago,
no, I'm talking about the 23-year-old guys that are like putting out good music that are like, what does it take?
Yeah.
And they're willing to get in a van. They're willing to cruise this whole country for a summer. I'm hoping that he figures out some way to give a platform for those kind of bands that are really struggling to come here, and they're playing off-Broadway and there's 15 people and you can't make a living doing that. But they could go to Warped Tour
get in front
and
of
1,000 people in each city that love that band want to see that band and go see him for half an hour and buy some merch.
I don't know. I have a feeling it'll be a one weekend, 2 weekend thing in one spot.
God, I hope not, man.
Like Six Sad World, maybe on a different coast.
They'll follow the Lollapalooza model.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about hard-performing bands, guys. After being criticized online for his performance during their recent set in Rio de Janeiro, Arnel Pineda of Journey says he'll quit the band if enough fans to vote him off. He went to Facebook and he says, so here's the deal now. I'm offering you a chance, especially those of you who have hated me and never liked me from the beginning, to simply text go or stay right here in the comments. If go reaches 1 million, I'm stepping out for good.
Well, you know what? How bad could it be?
How bad could it be?
This is Arnel Pineda, new lead singer Journey. I say new. He's been in the band for
20 years.
A long time now. When they were here in St. Louis, the man sang to me, actually a couple times.
He did. He made eye contact with you.
We made eye contact. We had a thing. I've become a fan. How bad could it be? This is Journey down in Rio. Okay, not great, Arnell.
no.
It happens.
It does happen. He probably had a bubble in his throat or
So
something.
what am I gonna? Do I text?
Go.
So what am I going
Go to his Facebook.
Facebook.
And tell him to get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Well,
Arnell.
Neil Schoen typed in and said, don't listen to these blogs. They're all bot. You've kicked ass. You've, emphasis on the past tense, you've kicked ass.
You've kicked ass. Not anymore.
Right.
But
I don't think the band's going to break up. Max has canceled Pretty Little Liars, the reboot for that. So if you were waiting on that, sorry. West Wing could possibly get a reboot. Aaron Sorkin says he came up with several potential ideas after attending an event celebrating the show's 25th anniversary at the White House. Bam Margera is back behind bars after getting arrested for drunk driving.
man, this dude. Jeez.
I know. And he's also on probation at this time. Just all around bad. And I hope that Bam can get the help that he needs.
What do you? This guy just cannot stay out of his own way.
I know. He got in a fight with his brother. He's trying to get custody of his kids.
Is the ex-wife.
He'd been
of the
doing
wife.
some podcast tours about being sober too. It seemed like he was doing okay.
Yeah. It sucks.
And they got arrested for DWI.
Yeah, DUI.
Oh, dude.
This is interesting. So Halloween is right around the corner, and I had no idea. Do you guys know what year the first horror movie ever came out? Like the first horror movie to ever be made in the world. Do you know what year it came
I'm
out?
gonna say the 1930s.
great trivia question.
I think
1930s?
20s, right?
20s?
Whatever you say that.
Was it Nosferatu?
Yeah. That was,
No.
Nope.
Good
Okay.
guess, though. 1896.
1896.
Oh, that was a
So-
great summer.
There was a French filmmaker named I'm going to totally ruin this. Jorge Miliares.
What happened to you there?
That was perfect.
And in
You
1896,
just
it
started
was
a war.
a silent film, and it was the French saying for the haunted castle, and so it had cutting edge effects for back in the day. So if you ever seen A Trip to the Moon, which is a short film, a silent film, it's really cool. That's what the Tonight Smashing Pumpkins music video is based on, with the moon and
The moon and the thing in his face.
Yes. So this essentially is just like that. And we'll post this. I haven't watched it yet, but it looks really neat to go back in time. It's only like 2 minutes long, so it's not long at all. But it's called The Haunted Castle from 1896. And there's a devil and a bat, and it's pretty cool. So.
Oh, devil out of bat.
Bat?
Okay.
I know.
It's the devil.
It's a baseball movie.
Mood Ding. You guys know what Mood Ding is?
No.
Mood Ding.
Mood ding.
This is the biggest thing on the internet right now.
Is it like a cow joke?
Was that those things that we got at the mall with your you put it on your finger and it changes colors?
That's a mood
depending-
ring.
Oh,
Mood ding.
Mood Ding, guys, is a pygmy hippo that's a baby that has taken the internet by storm. She is so freaking cute. So the Thailand zoo where she is say that she's now getting 24-hour camera surveillance because people want to see her so badly.
so cute.
So-
What was the giraffe? Remember the giraffe that
the
was
baby
giving birth?
Jeffrey.
What was the name of the giraffe? Remember there was the pregnant giraffe, and everybody was waiting.
Yeah, 24-hour.
Phoebe.
Everybody was waiting on the giraffe to give birth.
Yeah, what was that little one's
It was
name? April.
April the giraffe.
Yeah. Pretty cute stuff.
And then the giraffe gave birth, and everybody went,
It's over.
"Okay,
Cool.
now what?"
Yeah. Well, now
it's like
it's
the
Mood
end. It was
Ding.
the end of Truman Show when the show ended.
Yes.
I was like, "All right, now what? On to the next thing."
On to the next thing. In movie news, Chris Evans and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson are leaping into action in a new trailer for their upcoming holiday movie called Red One. The film centers on two mismatched men, a bounty hunter and a lead security detail, who are assigned to retrieve a kidnapped target who happens to be Santa Claus himself. Here is a little taste of this movie coming out.
Okay.
We doing some last-minute Christmas shopping?
Toy stores.
Toy stores what?
The supply closets are portal stations for the North Pole transit system. Grab a car. We're gearing up.
How did...
I adjusted it to reality.
And does that...
No, it doesn't work on everything. No, you can't try it. No, you can't drive. No more questions. Now get in.
Okay, so what is this rated?
So this is probably going to be rated G, I would imagine. So
No, man,
after-
it's like Arnold was doing all the Christmas movies right around this point in his
No,
career.
but
They're
do
doing
you
the same
remember,
thing.
like, over the past couple of years, there's been this, like,
Trend.
Batman.
the trend of rated R.
Oh, the dark stuff, yeah.
The dark stuff,
Let's
whether it
take
be
family.
the
Silent
one with
Night,
Mel Gibson.
Violent Night.
The one with Mel Gibson, the one with the guy, David Harbour from Stranger Things.
Yes. That just
Yeah.
Was that
Fat
years,
Man.
years
Fat
ago?
Man was
That was the David Harbour one.
no. Fat Man was the Mel Gibson one.
Violent Night was David
Violent
Harbour.
Night.
Violent Night was the David Harbour one, which was great, and so was Fat Man. They need more of those.
I don't see a rating here yet. Or no, I'm sorry, PG-13. PG-13 is what this is.
Okay.
So it's going to also star those two, but Nick Kroll's in it. J.K. Simmons is playing Santa. Bonnie Hunt, Lucy Liu, and Red One hits theaters on November 15th.
I mean, it's nearly impossible to get a G rating these days.
Is
right?
it?
I feel
With
like
people in it?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you with anything in it.
Nobody saw Beetlejuice yet, right?
No, man, and I can't make the screening. I'm so bummed.
I guess there's a screening on Thursday. You're going to, Rafe?
Correct.
Me
Down at
too.
the Alamo Draft House. You're going to?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Full review on Friday. Mm-hmm. And finally, Loudwire.com made a list of the best covers of rock's biggest bands. And I don't think these are any particular order.
The best cover songs?
The best cover songs. Yeah, what comes to mind? I'm going to see if you guys can get anything in the top 10. When you think of a cover of a song,
I mean, they'll say Jimi Hendrix All Along the Watchtower is probably number one.
it's not number one. It's just a list. It's on the list, but not top 25.
One of my favorite covers is, and I think better than the original, is the Chili Peppers' Higher Ground.
Yes, that is on the list.
They'll say Johnny Cash is Hurt.
Hallelujah.
Yeah,
The Jeff Buckley Hallelujah.
for sure. That's number one, right?
Those are on there. No number one, just a list of
They'll talk about Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll.
that's on there. Well, I love a cover song. And the reason that this list stood out to me is just because I was like, maybe you want to add some of these to your list. So here, go ahead and say what you're going to
Didn't
say.
No Doubt do one of the Ohio Players songs as well?
No, that was Red Hot Chili Peppers. Love Roller Coaster.
Right, but I thought.
No
They did
doubt
It's My Life.
Yeah, by Talk Talk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is great.
Well, that's good. You know what? I like Hole's cover of Gold Dust Woman.
Oh, that is good. That's a really
The
great
Fleetwood
song.
Mac, Gold
Forgot
Dust
about
Woman.
that.
Gary
That's good.
Jules' Mad World.
Marilyn Manson's Sweet Dreams is on this list. Faith.
Gary Jules' Mad World was originally Tears for Fears, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Limp
Love
Bizkit
that.
Faith?
Yep, Limp Bizkit's
Oh my gosh,
Faith.
that's like that either makes the list for the most hated ones
Or,
or,
yeah.
or the favorites.
Another Brick in the Wall, Korn doing Pink Floyd.
That's
If-
horrendous.
if you
Oh,
had-
I want to hear that.
is-
I've never heard it.
If you have a tribal tattoo, Limp Bizkit's Faith is on the good list, and if you
What?
don't, it's on the bad list.
They killed it when they were in town. Kiss's New York Groove from Hello.
Didn't
that's actually Ace
Ace
Frehley,
Frehley.
solo.
Aerosmith cover a Beatles song?
Yeah,
Come Together?
Yeah. Is that
That's on there. Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's Korn's Another Brick of the Wall.
Okay.
Horrendous.
A snapshot in the family album.
Are there back
I am Optimus
Is
Prime.
singing into a fan?
I am in your father.
I like Korn. I just don't like this song.
Singing in a box for
Daddy, what you lay behind for me?
So far, it sounds pretty normal.
Yeah. Not terrible yet.
All in all, it was just a brick in the wall.
Here come the bagpipes.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Well, all right, I'm gonna get,
I mean, what do you
into the
expect?
middle.
It's that. Hey guys, that sounded like Korn doing Pink Floyd.
Yeah. That's great.
All in all, you're just another brick in the wall.
Just a hater.
That's
Yeah, that's
fine.
actually-
I like
I'm a
it.
hater.
That's fine, and that's one of those things where they're doing it for funsies and putting it out. They're not going to play this in the middle of the set
Right.
or anything.
They did for quite a bit.
Were they
when
pushing it as a
came
single
out.
or
Yeah,
something?
it's-
Okay,
it's
maybe.
fine, whatever.
Disturbed the Sound of Silence. Simon and Garfunkel's
You
on
hate
this
that
list.
song. I don't think it's that bad.
I don't like it.
Oh man, it's
I honestly, I don't think it's that bad.
it's not my favorite.
Ghost of Tom Joad. Rage
Love
doing
that.
Oh,
Bruce
that one is-
Springsteen.
Love that one.
Pearl Jam's Rockin' in the Free World from Neil Young.
Yeah.
Man Who Sold the
Oh,
World.
Pearl Jam's version. I don't know. I like the Neil Young version.
I like the Neil Young too. We're an American band, Grand Funk with Rob Zombie. That's a great one. You Really Got Me from Van Halen from the Kinks.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Landslide doing Fleetwood Mac, Smashing Pumpkins.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't like it.
We don't like that one collectively.
I don't know why you guys you just hate the song, or you just
I
tell
don't like
yourself that you hate the
Landslide.
song.
I hate the song no matter who's doing it.
I don't like it.
Really?
I don't like the song. I don't like the cover of it. Whoa. Okay.
No.
And I don't like Korn's Another Brick on the
I
Wall.
refuse to accept your opinion.
Okay, great.
I don't know why I'm stuck.
And I like Sound of Silence from Disturbed. Okay, I'm out.
Yeah, you
Fine.
would.
I'm out and I'm proud.
You would.
If you already said this, I apologize, but I'm stuck on Beatles songs for some reason. GNR, Live and Let Die.
Yeah, it's on there.
Great.
Oh, that was a good.
Yeah, doing Paul
cover.
McCartney.
Great cover.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, that's a Paul McCartney solo from the James Bond. That was James Bond.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not a huge Beatles fan. So.
I like that version better than the McCartney version.
There you go.
Me
Look
too.
at you. Anyway, we're going to have a full list. So if you want to just put all these covers into your playlist, you can check it out on 1057thepoint.com later today. And that is your crap on celebrities.
Celebrities celebrating their birthday today. Skylar Astin, that's Jessie from the Pitch Perfect movies, is 37. Alyssa Sutherland, Queen Aslog, Ragnar's second wife on Vikings, is 42. Anthony Mackie, Falcon in the Marvel movies and Disney Plus. Captain America stuff, he's 46. Lazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony is 50. Jermaine Dupri is 52. Chi McBride, Captain Lou on Hawaii Five-0 is 63. Jason Alexander, two first names, George Costanza on Seinfeld is 65. Bruce Springsteen, 75. And Julio Iglesias, master Spanish swordsman, and Enrique Iglesias' father.
Father of Enrique.
Julio Iglesias is 81 years old today.
Hey, what did Beetlejuice get on Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't know, but it kicked the
Beetlejuice?
crap out of Transformers again this weekend.
Yeah.
It dominated.
A lot of RizzShow listeners checking in on the instant feedback. They're like, it's okay.
Yeah.
They're like, it's all right.
What is?
Beetlejuice. They're like, it's okay.
Why you got to be a hater, dog?
They're not hating. They're just saying it's okay.
77.
On the critics?
It just said 77 overall. Maybe that's the average.
77 critic, 81 audience.
That's
Nice.
pretty good if you ask me.
That's pretty good, man.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Samantha St. James. And today's birthday girl has been in 154 fine films, including American Werewhores, Ass Kickin' Divas 2 and 3, Boss Bitches 17, Scott's favorite, Chunky Chicks 9, Moon's favorite, Guttermouth 6.
Yeah.
She was in a movie called The Headmaster 22, Nasty Nymphos 19, Rock and Roll Super Groupies, Trampled times 10, and Who Can Forget a Roll? And 2014's Lern's favorite,
Yes.
It's Not Scary, Just Hairy 2.
And it is kind of scary.
Samantha St. James is 57 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Got you a Sexy Time Fun Facts. We'll talk about in-laws a little bit. We'll talk about America's geriatric STD crisis. That's a thing. And, there was one thing I wanted to get to. I didn't get to last week. Women reveal their ideal penis sizes. And the
no.
answer...
I didn't know they had those.
And the answer may shock you. Straight up 8 o'clock, Monday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. Experience the thrill of nitro-fueled racing at the NHRA Midwest Nationals. Come see your favorite drag racers at WW2 Raceway from September 27th to September 29th. Holy smokes, has my map lit up. We got a right-hand shoulder block to
it's
install
raining.
vehicle 64 westbound at Limburg. Where to? Let's see. Delays 270 westbound between Limburg and 70. We also have severe delays now. 270 eastbound between 44 and it looks like 364 all the way up. Your point forecast, widespread rain this morning and evening, high of 73. Right now it's 66 at the Point Studio.
Got us next time fun facts here in just a moment. Hear what happened with Crown Candy over the weekend?
No.
Yes.
Crown Candy broken into again.
I mean, it was really worth it.
Oh,
Right.
well, yeah, I'll get to that in a second, what they took.
Jeez. Jerks, man.
But up there, and when was the last time you were at Crown Candy? Have you ever been?
I have gone twice when I'm down in the area to grab something, and the line's been so long that I'm like, well, see you later. So I've never been inside.
Oh,
It's
it's
worth
so
the
good.
wait.
Rafe, Crown Candy, when was the last time you were there?
Been a couple of years.
I think I was only there once.
It was great when I went, but it's been a while.
It's not in the best of neighborhoods.
Sure.
No, but it's really cool what they've done with that neighborhood. I mean, it looks beautiful over there.
No, it doesn't.
What?
Does
The
it?
whole street's really nice.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, they tried to. Yeah,
Okay,
they're trying
I
to-
know
They
they're
got like an
trying. I know they're
architectural
trying.
firm
I think
there.
you were
They got-
joking.
okay.
Last time I was up there, across the street, there was an abandoned lot, if I remember.
It depends on which direction you're going, yes.
If I remember, there was an abandoned lot with just weeds and stuff like that. But it's been a long time.
Yeah. But
I
they've been
don't want to
working on it.
discourage anybody, but
I got some kind of like crazy BLT or something there.
Yes.
Like I had something with like
it's like-
18 pieces of bacon or something.
Yeah, even
on it.
more.
It's like a full pound, right, of bacon, I think?
Yeah, it was something wild.
Well, they
I had
fry
it
their
for
bacon
breakfast
up
next
in these
day.
big, like this giant vat. Mm-hmm. Like this giant, looks like a cauldron. You see, a witch, Eye of Newton. But I guess they were broken into Saturday morning again. The owner, Andy, said 2 burglars smashed through the restaurant's front door, 4:20 in the morning, leaving about $1,500 in damage. So they went right for the register and they got about $4 worth of change.
Cool. Way to go, guys. Crushed it.
$4 worth of change. The owner says, unfortunately, if you do business in the city, we all have to put up with this.
That sucks.
Yeah, on this planet.
Yeah, because they can't move. That's one of those places where you go because the building is part of the experience, even though it is small. It's this old soda candy shop,
It's in the city's Old North neighborhood, and they get broken into about once a year. They get broken into about once a year. One time in 2022, the owner was inside in his office when a burglar smashed in the front door, and they took $10 in change in the restaurant's cash drawer. Yeah, famous episode of Man vs. Food up there, where the dude, remember Adam Richmond?
Mm-hmm.
He was going to do like five milkshakes, and he wound up throwing up in the back alley. Too much dairy.
Yeah.
Too much dairy. And there, the owner's like, it is what it is. It's frustrating, but we deal with it and we move on. That sucks.
Well, show them some love if you can when they get
Yeah,
open
swing
again.
by there.
Get one of those giant BLTs. In other St. Louis crime news, this is new. Man told police 2 men forced him to strip down to his socks and underwear as they carjacked him Saturday morning.
Oh, man.
As if getting your car stolen is not enough.
Yep.
You got to strip down to your socks and underwear. So around 2 o'clock in the morning, 5900 block of Pennsylvania, officers found the half-naked guy, 41 years old, said he was carjacked 5 blocks away by 2 guys who at first they pretended to need help. The guy says he saw a guy standing in the middle of the street, waving his arms, yelling for help. He came to a stop in front of the guy. Suddenly, a second guy appeared with a gun, demanded the money. Then he told the victim to get out of the car. He didn't immediately exit his super sweet 2016 Chevy Traverse, but the guy with the gun hit him in the head with the weapon.
Wow.
The 2 carjackers then forced the guy out of his car, forced him to strip down to his socks and underwear, and both drove away.
That's awful. Stopping to help somebody. They get you.
That's what you get. Yep, and that brings me up to this other. This is out of Florida, but Florida man steals SUV when owner puts air in tires.
Why do you put air there?
Uh-oh. This kind of sounds like the Suction Boys might have moved on down to Florida.
The Broward County Sheriff's Office is searching for a guy who was caught on camera stealing an SUV while the owner was pumping air into his tires. So investigators said the owner of the 2020 black Chevy Equinox was pumping air into his right rear passenger tire, so he is nowhere. He's the farthest he could be away from the front door, from the front driver's side door. Pumping air into his tire. When a guy approached him and asked, "Hey, are you pumping air into your tire?"
Yeah.
And the guy said, the guy said, "Yes." And then the guy just hopped in the driver's side and took off.
Thanks for the air.
Bye.
Wow. I guess he should have said no.
Bye.
Like, no, it's totally flat. Thank you. This car's going nowhere.
I guess that. Well, here's the thing. If ever I do that, I take my keys out of the ignition, or take your keys with you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do that.
Take a knife. I hold a knife, and then so I slash my own tire if somebody tries to drive off.
Good plan.
Don't you come any closer. I will slash my tire.
I'll do it.
They're like, sir, we're just taking this trash over here.
Okay, man.
I'll slash my own tire. Don't try me.
Trust me. Done it before.
So I guess new thing to worry about.
Great. Just be worried at all times, you
Do
guys.
you guys
Head on a swivel. That's it.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. I do it, and I do it so much that I don't think about it anymore. But somebody was riding with me and asked me about it. Do you leave? I leave space in front of me when I stop in the city that I can.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
always.
heck yes.
Always.
I never
the time.
get close behind anybody.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a
Always.
rule my dad always taught us because we
Leave
were
and
kids.
escape.
We were coming back from a Cardinals game, and he went the wrong way, and we got in this weird street, and two cars tried to do that where they block you in and all that, but he had enough room where he was able
Yeah,
to get around.
you need to give yourself some room to escape.
I think a lot of people don't do that. Like, I'll look around when I'm in the city, and I'll see people like riding. They're toast.
Yeah.
They're 2 inches off the bumper in front of them, and somebody's got them back, and I'm like,
You are boxed in.
You're boxing yourselves in.
Especially if you're by yourself. Like, I do that anytime I'm downtown. I know exactly, if I'm at a stoplight and something crazy goes down, I know exactly how I'm getting out of there.
See, I leave my car running. I intentionally box myself in. I do all this stuff on purpose because I'm ready. I want you. Come on, baby. Come on, give me an excuse. I dare you.
Moon's driving with $1,000 bills hanging out the window.
Listen, I don't want no trouble, man.
Holding it in my hand like
Kind
this.
of
Come on.
inviting it. No,
Come on, man.
I'm minding my own business.
Just have a good day.
I know my rights.
I had that. I check my mirrors a lot too. It's so on a subconscious level at this point that I don't think about it. But because I've had that intersection at Grand and Gravois, where the old scary looking hotel bank thing's at. You know what I'm talking about?
At Grand and Gravois?
It almost looks like it belongs in Gotham City. I think it's an apartment building now, but it's like an old bank. Like
I'm sure I passed it.
It's like a White Castle. It's pretty. There's just like one little section there there was like I saw dudes like walking the white line, like everybody stopped at the red light, and they were pulling on car doors.
Ah.
I could see them like coming up behind me. And I'm like, brother,
not today. You ain't gonna get me.
I'm out. Nothing happened. It was just kind of weird.
Even when I'm pumping gas, because that's where a lot of robberies are happening now is when people are pumping gas, either getting into the car and grabbing a purse, or even just hopping in and just stealing the car, or assaulting somebody who's not paying attention. I'm trying to like pay attention to everything.
Yeah.
Or even more so. And I bet you a lot of people aren't even necessarily knowing when and where this is happening, but it's happening at gas stations where somebody next to you, they walk over, they gently open your passenger seat and just take your phone out of the cup holder.
Yep.
Or what?
That's how purses are getting stolen.
Yeah, just little things, a phone, or a couple bucks sitting there, or whatever the heck it is.
A chick throws her purse on the passenger seat.
Right, and then you drive off. You don't
No idea.
Who knows when you realize you don't have your phone or whatever the heck it might be.
Head on a swivel, guys. Come
That's
on.
right.
Come on. Don't make yourself a victim. All right, sex, relationships, all that fun stuff. Sex Time Fun Facts, sponsored by
Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
Listen, if you have a harmonious relationship with your in-laws, you're either very lucky or very patient. And I will admit that I didn't have the best of relationships with my in-laws when my wife and I first got together.
Why?
There was a bunch of different factors, which I'm
Okay.
about to go into.
Great.
I can relate to a lot of these things on this list, but we're great now.
Good.
We're great now. We're fine.
Are you fine?
We're fine.
Okay.
We're good. Love my in-laws. Everything's great. No problems. They're very nice people.
Is it because you stay away from each other, or is it because you've actually worked on the relationship?
I think we've all gotten older, and I think we've all, we're...
You panned out, too. If you think about it.
Sure.
You ended up having to take pretty good care of their daughter.
Yes, and the grandkids and stuff like that. Of course, that's a concern.
That softens them up. Grandkids soften them up. Because when you're young and you're get married, and they don't know who's this guy taking our daughter.
It was
it's weird.
3 very hard-headed people. Myself, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and throw my wife in there as well. That's a recipe for just bad times. Yeah. But everything's great now. And also a cultural difference with my in-laws being from Russia, my father-in-law, being the head of the household, and Rafe, whose partner, has a foreign family,
Russian ties, yes.
Russian ties. You know the way the father figure, the father is the head of the household.
Yeah.
Everything goes through one person.
It's very patriarchal there.
Very.
Much more so than here.
Yes. Everything flows through one person. And I was not having that. For example, when I bought a car, I was scolded. True story. My first Jeep when I bought it, I was called various names because I did not clear it with my father-in-law. Well, we weren't even married. We weren't even married yet. Why would you not? Why would you not call Michael to ask him? I don't know, because first of all, I live 1,000 miles away. Why would I have to?
You didn't want to put Michael out, you know? You wanted to do it yourself. What do you mean call Michael? Michael's got cars?
Oh, Michael's got cars.
Okay.
First of all, Michael's got cars.
Jack Tuck Tie.
Michael's got
Jack
cars.
Tuck
Michael got
Michael's
cars
got-
very well.
Michael's got cars.
Yeah.
Why did I not go over, the pros and cons of buying this particular car? And it was a whole thing. But a new poll commissioned by Newsweek, and again, that's all in the past. This is years and years ago.
Right.
Rafe has seen me around my in-laws. We get along great.
Yeah.
And they're great people.
They are. They're very sweet. They're very good to me.
Yeah. I love my father-in-law and my mother-in-law dearly. A poll commissioned by Newsweek found the average American clashes with their in-laws once a month. Once a month. Around 1 in 6 said more than that. Can you guess the number one thing we're most likely to fight about?
Time.
Time. What do you mean by time?
Like quality time.
Time spent with them?
Like holidays.
Like during the
like
holiday
Thanksgiving time. You're not coming to our house enough. Blah, blah,
No,
blah.
that didn't make the top 5.
Okay.
That's a shocker.
That
Because I
is-
feel like that is the constant fight of you were at Sherry's mom and dad's last year. Jonathan, you're not coming
you're
to
right.
our house this
You're-
year.
You know what? You're right. Shocking that didn't make the top 5. The number one thing is, here's a hint. It's probably the top thing your in-laws fight about on Facebook, too.
Politics?
Politics was number 1.
Yeah.
31% of people have argued with their in-laws about politics. Number 2, lifestyle choices.
Oh, yes.
Lifestyle choices. Number 3, disputes about your partner. 4, money. And then 5, which I thought would be higher, was parenting decisions.
You know what's interesting? I have none of this. I have none of these problems with my in-laws because we don't have I'm not extremely tight with my in-laws. I don't see them very often. I don't do the phone. And I feel weird about that. I wish we could enrich our relationship because I'm so envious of people that have a great mother or father-in-law that they talk to all the time, that they have their separate little relationship with. I love my in-laws. They're very sweet people, but we do not communicate one-on-one. I'll never just call my mother-in-law and talk to her. Unless there's something up. And same thing with her. We just don't have that. And unfortunately, we don't have kids to be the buffer of that because I feel like my sister-in-law has a closer relationship with my mother-in-law because they have kids that they need babysat and all this stuff. So It's really odd to not have kids and to not have a relationship with my in-laws.
A third of people said they wouldn't vacation with their in-laws. They would not vacation because things would likely go south. And yes, we've had a couple of vacations go south.
That's what memories are.
We vacation with my in-laws, and they're the best. It's awesome. I have
That's so good.
none of these issues. It's the greatest thing ever. It really is the lesson of all lessons that I want to tell my children. It's hey, man, when you're considering marriage, just remember, dude, this can be incredible.
There was one vacation we went to the Cayman Islands with some friends, and my in-laws just showed up.
All right.
Been there, brother. Been there.
Is that a Russian thing or?
Russians
They
will
just
crash
arrive?
your vacation so quick.
Oh. We were on the beach, and my wife gets a phone call saying, my parents are coming. I go,
What?
what?
Was she excited?
Was she excited? I think she was more like, uh-oh, Scott's going to be
On edge.
upset. And
She butter you
He's
up.
gonna drink
there
again.
is and I got to find this picture. This
Here's your favorite drink. There's a pan of lasagna.
And my mother's
And
here.
Mom and Dad are here.
Yep, you can eat spaghetti in the
There's a
bed.
picture of me and my father-in-law on the beach in the Cayman Islands with the sun setting in the background, and you can see we're yelling at each other.
We need that.
It's just
photo
like
for
I gotta
social.
find it. There's like a
Yeah.
silhouette of us.
That needs to be a poster. It just says Rizzuto Show.
That'd be your
Live,
Christmas
laugh,
card.
love. That's great.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Man, that's funny.
We're hanging out with our friends, and like, oh, my parents are here.
Almost
I think that's great.
paradise.
What?
I think it's great that you can fight with them or that you have the audacity to be yourself in that manner. Like, there's a lot of people, like, I'm definitely like this. I'm always on my best behavior around my in-laws.
Oh, my
I don't say the
mother-in-law's not
F-word as
talked to me
much.
for days, by the way.
Well, yeah, but you love each other enough to have that comfort of discomfort.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
That's beautiful.
We were at a I think it was your son's birthday party, and they were there, and I met him, and I didn't see you guys interact at all. So I have no idea how you guys interact because they were in their scene and you were in your scene.
Yeah. No, yeah, my mother-in-law's not talked to me for days.
I wonder if that was
Interactions.
one of those periods.
Who knows?
But she loves you.
But it's fine, and I love her, and it's great. Everything's fine.
That's nice. I'm jealous of that sometimes with people. Because I'm the same way. I don't have. My family's not super tight knit. So I'm always like, when people have that, I'm always like, oh, that's cool. When families actually like enjoy each other and get along and stuff. Like, it's my family and I, we all love each other. We're just all, I'm kind of a lone wolf. Everybody's kind of their own lone wolf in our family. And that's just never going to change. I've tried. It's just not going to happen.
It takes work. I mean, it took me work, like psychological work on myself to have great relations. Like, my mom and I are the tightest we've ever been right now. And it's like such a blessing in my life,
Yeah.
and I'm so grateful for it. But it took us a long time to get there, to be honest.
Whenever I go there, or they come here, I gotta prepare myself because I know I'm in for the unknown.
Yes.
It's an adventure. There's never like you can't go there and there'd be like we're not doing anything because there's always something.
Yeah.
Something to do.
There's not just something to do, but there's always something going on.
Yeah.
That's why this winter, I told my mom, like, listen, we're not going to go back for Christmas.
What?
I need a couple weeks off.
Good for you.
We're gonna stay here.
Yeah, have
Everybody's
a nice-
welcome to come out here. I can't.
Yeah, that's good.
Last year,
Protect
was
your
just,
peace.
Last year was a lot.
What if they all come, though?
Oh, no.
They're not.
Because I feel like,
You don't know.
I
They'll
feel
just
like
be
that
there.
was an empty gesture on your part.
They're not.
What if they are like, you're right. We're all coming. Mm-hmm. All of
Oh
us.
yeah,
Mom, brother, in-laws.
everybody, huh? Ha!
Rent an RV, put it in the parking lot,
Oh my
put it in
god.
the driveway.
Oh my god.
Then all of a sudden you'd be like, actually, we're going to Mexico.
Yeah, we're out. A taboo health problem is quietly brewing among America's elderly population.
I got the stats on this.
You do? Mm-hmm. Oh, I got the stats too.
Bring it on.
Because our geriatrics are having a lot of casual, unprotected sex, and it's at record levels, leading to what I'm not saying this. This is other people saying this. Historic rates of STDs. Historic.
Wow.
Dude, how does my son know about this, by the way? We were talking about old folks in some way. I forget what it was.
Is he getting
It was-
Reader's Digest on the monthly now?
I don't know. He goes, yeah, like, it's like that place down in Florida where all the old folks are using the loofahs. And I went, excuse me,
The
what?
villages?
Yeah, and he goes, yeah, it's called like the the palaces or something. And I go, the villages? And he goes, yeah, that's it. Where the different color loofahs means. And I go, how?
Different
what?
color
How do you
loofah.
know?
How do you know about
Yeah,
this,
you know-
man?
You know about the loofah code.
No, I do
You don't
not.
know
What?
the
We
loofah code?
talked
We
about
talked
the
about it on the
loofah
show.
code.
What color is mine right now at home? It's pink. What does that mean?
Oh, you
No,
don't
people,
want
people are hanging loofahs from their like car or they're not even car. It's like from their
The golf cart.
golf cart antennas.
Purple means everything goes. That's all I remember.
Madge, what are you doing?
Well,
Got a grimace loofah.
but how does my son know about that? Like, so apparently this kind of information, it floats pretty far.
I don't like. I mean, there's a part of me that's like, okay,
I don't like.
Okay, you're old, your partner's dead, you're at a retirement home, go off, queen. Like, there's a part of me that wants that. But also, hey, queen, you're wise and old as hell. Wrap it up, sister.
Okay, here is the loofah code at the villages. I actually have
Please.
the cipher.
Pink, what does it mean?
Pink is my favorite.
If you find yourself in the villages, you'll no doubt see loofahs attached to the cars. This is a friendly guide as to what each color of loofah means if you see this hanging from a golf cart or a car. White, novice, beginner.
Okay.
Probably down for some stuff, but, I'm just dipping my toes into this whole thing.
All right.
Blue, that's the lowest level of full swap.
What's a low-level full swap? It's either full swap.
Full swap.
There's the pink is soft swap.
Oh.
People who like to do it with others in the room.
Okay, cool.
That's the right side of the orgy tent.
What is it when your husband's dead? He died many years. Like, is there there's some for couples, and then there's like somebody's died off?
No, let me go with the code. Let me do the code.
Sorry.
Okay, so pink is the soft swap. People who like to do it with other people in the room. Okay, so they're couples, but they're staying couples.
Okay.
Blue, that's the lowest level of full swap. Those who could play well with others. Then you got yellow, that's your mid-level swap for those who want to have fun but are still a little nervous. Then your black loofah hanging, that's a full swap. Those who say, what the hell, we're getting down with everybody.
Wow.
Then you got your teal loofah, that's your bisexual. For those who want to increase their, chances with everybody, you hang the teal. Then you got your purple loofah, that's people just want to watch.
Oh, okay. Well,
those are your voyeurs. So that's the color-coded loofah code.
There's no code for like, hey, I have this STD now because I went full swap with my black
but
loofah.
you know what, though? Chlamydia diagnosis in people over 65 have more than tripled since 2010, while gonorrhea cases have multiplied about sixfold, and syphilis cases are up tenfold.
Oh, man. Are we not listening to Jimmy Dugan?
Right.
Avoid the clap.
Yep.
They're just doing it, dude. Old people in nursing homes they're just trying to get one more hump in.
I'm impressed.
They're trying to hump their way to heaven.
I'm not trying.
I'm cool with it.
I'm not trying to be pervy here. Like, menopause and women's bodies as they get older, like, things start to not work properly. Same with the men. And like, you guys have these ED pills, good for you. Women, we don't have a thing yet that's going to help with like vaginal dryness, Medically, I'm talking about.
You mean like a pill you take so you don't need the KY?
Right. And all of the older ladies in my life that I've talked to about their sex lives, it's like painful, and there's things that are just really awful about it. So I'm surprised to hear this.
They figured it out. So can you guess as to what some of the reasons are as to why STDs are just running rampant?
Orgy parties.
Not just, and all jokes aside, besides the orgies.
No, they literally, I worked at a nursing home, dude. They just, there's a lot of dementia patients, and they don't know. They climb in bed with each other and just get it on. And sometimes it's also just like, man, they're lonely. People are in there by themselves. Like, the company they keep is the
Yeah,
other
but even
people.
still, though, why aren't they using protection?
Oh.
Well, who's
they're
thinking
gonna
about
die.
that?
So why are STDs just...
They can't get
It's
pregnant.
not the fact that they're humping. It's the fact that they're humping, but passing these STDs around.
Right. Well, they cannot get pregnant.
That's number one. Women have transitioned out of menopause. The fear of accidental pregnancy is out the window. So that's number one. And number two is they never went through like sex ed in high school. There was never in the 50s and 60s, there was no sex ed.
So they don't know how it works.
They don't know. They don't know how they don't even know what this stuff is.
Yeah, but they've had babies and they've lived through the 70s and they should know how sex works by now.
There's such little education about risk factors for and ways to prevent STDs.
I should also assume the guys are like, man, this thing's barely working. I can't put another layer of sensitivity between us, or it's game over.
God, and of all the states across the country, South Dakota is number one in syphilis with people 65 and older.
You guys.
I don't know.
Good
That
job.
is the funniest word out there.
Syphilis?
What a silly word.
South Dakota. Washington, D.C. leads the way in gonorrhea. Congratulations, D.C.
Yeah. And you'll get the old South Dakota syphilis.
And the D.C. gonorrhea.
Dude.
Oh, chlamydia. So we did syphilis, gonorrhea, DC, and these are all for 65 and older. Congratulations to Alaska, #1 for chlamydia.
It is cuffing season.
I can see that.
That's wild.
Well, and also, I imagine a lot of the men are, aside from women being postmenopausal, not able to have pregnancy anymore, but many people got vasectomies, or tubes tied. So they think like, oh, everything's taken care of. They're not thinking of the STD component of sex.
They're not. They probably also are under the assumption, I would imagine, that, hey, it's such an isolated community once you get into those nursing homes. A lot of them are like, you can't leave.
Yeah, but once the bug gets in there, man, it's
But
going
they don't
around.
think about it. They're like, well, how would it get in here?
Yeah.
Who's bringing it
brought
in?
this bug in
Dirty
here?
Ron.
Dirty Ron.
Ron, dude. Captain
absolutely
Ron.
right.
Dirty
I like
Ron.
Dirty
Now we know
Ron.
where he's
I
going on his
assume-
walks.
Dirty Ron.
You gotta think about this, man. That's why you always see like a CNA outside a nursing home smoking a cigarette and staring into the distance. Like 70% of their job is wiping old butts, and the other 30% is catching them banging. Like that's a lot for your eyeballs to
through a
handle.
lot.
That's a lot for your eyeballs to handle in an 8-hour shift.
Yeah.
That's a tough racket.
My grandma was like, she outlived a husband, a couple of boyfriends. I mean, she was a flirt and just loved men, but I never, thank God,
Gonorrhea.
never saw her like in any sort of sexual compromised experience. But I mean, they like, nap together and
Well,
whatnot.
I mean, so as you mentioned, Rafe, so seniors are
Nap together.
Seniors are more likely to live in congregate settings. So, senior communities are a thing. So, again, they go around like crazy. And people are living longer.
yeah.
So, people are living longer. So, there's more opportunities to have sex and more opportunity for the numbers to go up.
I'm happy though that they're feeling confident enough in their old bodies because we'll all have them one day.
Throw Viagra in there, too.
Oh yeah, the ED pills are helping keep this thing alive.
Throw Viagra in there. And you got a recipe for a lot of chlamydia.
Yeah.
A recipe for a lot of chlamydia.
Yep.
Everybody needs to talk to their grandparents today about what's going on with them.
Yeah, what's going on, Grandma?
Get them all a sex ed book for the holidays this season.
Ask Grandma if it hurts to pee.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to throw a
It
black
probably does.
light on Granny's old Afghan. You may not like what you
No,
see.
Granny, no.
Granny, don't throw a black light on it.
No.
Incoming. I took a Viagra, Margaret. Game on. Harold, get out of here. Trying to visit my grandma. Step aside, son. There's work to be done. Get out of here, dude. Maybe we should do a RizzShow sex ed nursing home. Maybe we should all go teach sex ed. That could be a good charity for us to
Oh,
start.
my God.
With
Teaching
puppets.
sex ed to seniors.
Yeah.
They need it.
They do.
If they're not going to get it in high school, we will teach them at the nursing home.
I mean, we do always have bananas on us. Maybe that's the universe telling us use your
Head
banana
over to
skills.
Delmar Gardens one day after the show and just, after bingo.
Oh, man, I would love to.
Maybe that's part of the plan. Maybe they're looking to collect. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, hey man, last year I got chlamydia, I got gonorrhea, I got the old South Dakota syphilis.
Mm-hmm.
I got it all.
They say
I'm
bragging rights.
outgoing.
My goal in life is to be Roz Fokker from Meet the Fockers. And so, yeah, I'll teach them. We'll have like a sex ed portion, and then I will do some sort of like adult yoga.
Maybe they don't want it, is what I'm saying. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they're looking for some excitement in their life.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why I got the black loofah.
I mean, the villages looks like a party, and it looks like they know what they're doing. That's
They
all I'm
do.
saying.
They're having a good time down there. Leave them alone.
I don't buy this lack
The
of
last
education.
chapter. Let them have
These are
it.
the most experienced folks on the planet. I think they know. I think Lern's right. They lived through the 70s and all this kind of stuff. Don't give me that.
Yeah.
Don't hide behind your false excuses.
I'm not saying it.
You wanted this. You and your purple loofah.
Dude, there's 15,430 nursing homes in the United States. Whew. That's a lot of old people humping, dude. That's a lot.
15,400
Yeah.
nursing homes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot of facilities.
Yeah.
That's a lot of old people to keep track of. A lot of horny old people trying to get one last bump and grind in before the Lord calls them home.
The numbers are the numbers.
The numbers, and
The
they're
numbers
up.
are the numbers, and they're up. So, dozens of countries across the developed world are experiencing plummeting birth rates, leading to countries introducing some pretty wacky measures to ensure and encourage people getting busy. Some countries like Singapore, they've tried to get everybody in the mood with quirky rap songs. Italy has introduced its own National Fertility Day, which was yesterday.
Oh, wow.
So in Italy, everybody was encouraged to just go have sex and reproduce. But as always, the Russians try to outdo everybody. And the latest response to the latest figures recorded in Russia, Vladimir Putin has reportedly encouraged citizens to use their lunch breaks to have sex and bolster the country's population. A so-called, quote, sex at work initiative has been launched as part of a broader strategy to address the issue, which currently stands at around 1.5 children per woman, well below the 2.1 rate needed to sustain population levels.
Sex at work.
Sex
initiative.
at work.
So they don't care about marriages, just kids. Let's just get these kids out here. We're going to, divorce rate's going to go up, but probably get the population up a bit.
Or at least one in, one out. At least a one in, one out thing. So in the first month of 2024, Russia recorded its lowest birth rate since 1999 with fewer than 100,000 births in June alone. So Russia's not alone in declining birth rate, the declining birth rate phenomenon. Thailand, Japan, South Korea, all trying to encourage people to have kids.
Yeah, that's not good. Those couple countries that put regulations on how many kids you could have, they paid the price only a generation or two afterwards and realized, ooh, that was a bad move. So a lot of people learn the lesson from that whole experiment.
Like experts in like Thailand forecast a population decrease from 66 million to 33 million in just 60 years. So half.
Yeah, we focus on the population of birth from a standpoint of working. We want the world to work, but really on another, like on a good news level, like there's not going to be a lot of people, there's going to be less people needing resources, which in turn is good. It's not good for capitalism or profits.
Well,
but good for humanity at large.
And that's one of the things they're talking about here. As a result, countries with declining birth rates will see their population age at an alarming rate. So the people already alive will get older with nobody else coming into the workforce. Sure. And the working age people will thin out.
Yeah, I know.
And it'll crush economies.
But they're only thinking about the economy. That's all they're thinking about.
Well, Sex at Work initiative in Russia.
Wow.
That's what they're doing.
That country's wild.
Yeah. Everybody's drunk
What
all
they're
the time.
cool with and what they're not cool with is all over the map. It's wild over
It's because
there.
everybody's drunk.
Must be.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll finish up Sex Time Fun Facts. Women reveal the ideal penis size, and the answer may shock you, and then we'll get into the sex toy of the week. All right, 8:46. Monday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. Experience the thrill of nitro-fueled racing at the NHRA Midwest Nationals. Come see your favorite drag racers at WWT Raceway from September 27th to the 29th. We have a right-hand shoulder block due to a stall vehicle 64 westbound at Limburg. And again, this rain is really just kind of throwing things off. We have a lot of delays. I'll tell you about the 270 westbound delay between Dorset and Manchester. Your point forecast, widespread rain this morning and evening. High of 73. Right now it's 66 at the Point Studio.
To put a capper on the Sex Time Fun Facts thing, so a recent survey of 8,000 heterosexual women has revealed the preferred penis size for a partner. And it is good news for fellas fearing their penis might not measure up.
All right.
So, the penis poll was conducted by a group called Zip Health.
Nice.
With a majority of the ladies listing 5.5 inches as their ideal length.
Okay.
That just happens to be the planet's average.
Correct. The measurements are not far off from the average
doing.
size of a dingling. So it's 5.5 inches length, 4.5 inches girth. So meaning most men have nothing to worry about when it comes to impressing a lady. So actually, the average penis length, penis.
Oh no!
The average dong length is 5.17 inches.
Less than 7. What is it?
The average is 5.17.
I'm doing some math over here.
While women were satisfied with a moderately sized appendage, men believed bigger was better. So Zip Health also asked people, dudes specifically, to disclose the penis size they wish they had, with the results revealing that most men would like things bigger. Their ideal was 6.5. But you don't need that much.
Way to go, you guys.
Yep. Way to go, guys.
Happy
Pretty cool.
friggin'
Be happy
Monday.
with what you got.
Okay.
Be happy with what you got. Now, with that being said, what calculations are you doing?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'll have a full report on your desk. I wanted to see what just the difference between the average. It was about what I thought it'd be. I thought men would go bigger. I wanted to see what splitting the difference between the 3 would be.
Right.
For the perfect fantasy penis, but I didn't get the math done before we had to do this bit. So, I got somewhere for you to stick that perfectly adequate penis of yours. The Adams Gawk Gawk rotating and vibrating masturbator.
Okay.
Over 10,000 sold, $34.99 with 3.5 out of 5 stars on adamandeve.com. Enjoy explosive thrills with a spinning and vibrating sleeve. Gawk Gawk! That's the sound this rotating and vibrating masturbator makes as it drains you.
Oh, God.
This trendy new male stimulator features a soft sleeve that spins all around you for the ultimate massage. Description.
Oh, realism, huh? Spins.
Yeah, it spins, yes.
Yes.
All right.
That's how that works.
That's right. Feel your head spin as this powerful machine goes to town, taking social media by storm. Adams Gawk Gawk features a revolutionary spinning sleeve. It rotates a full 360 degrees, Moon, around you, twisting extremely fast for the ultimate massage. There are 5 spinning modes, including multiple speeds and patterns. According to our toy tester, it's even, quote, better than a handy, end quote.
Whoa.
What a quotation.
But wait, there's more. Adams Gawk Gawk also vibrates for even more stimulation. A powerful bullet is embedded in the bottom of the sleeve to work your sensitive tip every time you go deep. It features 10 vibration speeds and patterns to keep the fun coming. The patterns use escalating and pulsating waves to draw out the fun for more intense and longer-lasting gasms. The interior of the sleeve is lined with dozens of teasers. Small, soft ticklers stroke all around as the sleeve spins. The resulting massage feels like dozens of tiny tongues. Yuck.
When I read this earlier, the dozens of tiny tongues, that
Leading to the happiest of all endings.
dozens of tiny tongues almost put me down.
Yeah, dude. Tiny tongues. Dozens of tiny tongues. Let's get to a couple reviews. Real quick ones, just a couple. Well-made, 5 out of 5 stars. Very well-made product. My wife likes the way it works. Helps her when she gets tired and wants to get things over with. J-Dub. That's an honest review. 5 out of 5. Wife's tired. Let's get it over with. I found this one very interesting. 3 out of 5 stars. The subject line of the email was not terrible. It begins, not terrible. It could be a little longer, though. Can barely fit halfway down, but not terrible. The spinning functions are nice. Also, the top end is a little too loose. Not terrible. Makes a mess when spin is activated. Starts spewing lube everywhere. Not terrible. They should call this thing the lube slinger, because as soon as I turned it on, it repainted my bathroom in KY.
Wow.
Not terrible. Also very loud, lol, but again, not terrible. Gets the job done sometimes. Better than many other products on the market right now. And guess how he ended it?
How?
Not terrible.
Not terrible.
It's not terrible.
Signed Mike Honcho. And that is Adams Gawk Gawk. rotating and vibrating masturbator review.
There you go. Sex toy of the week. Excellent. Well done, Rafe. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Let's give away some stuff. We've got, we got tickets. Tickets everywhere. Tickets coming out of every orifice. We got tickets to Pointer Guys featuring Breaking Ben and Stain. That is next Tuesday over at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. We got tickets to go see Seether with Skillet, St. Louis Music Park, a couple weeks. Thursday night, October 3rd. We got tickets to the Sessanta Tour with Primus, Perfect Circle, and Pussifer, May 29th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. And we got tickets to go see Kaleo, October 4th at the Factory. After the break, we're playing a game called Boy Band or...
Don't give it away. I don't want people looking it up.
Okay.
Just trust me, it's easy. We'll get into it when we get back. I don't want people looking it up.
Okay, all right.
You almost tipped our hand. It's a new game. It's going to be
new
fun.
game.
But I don't want you guys Googling stuff.
Okay,
So
all right.
No Googling.
If you
Call
want to
in.
play our new game, 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. I'll just tell you, one right, you win.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. We'll play our new game next. 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. It is 9:03. It is Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. Experience the thrill of nitro-fueled racing at the NHRA Midwest Nationals. Come see your favorite drag racers at WWT Raceway from September 27th to September 29th. Still delays 270 westbound between 364 and 40. Also, right-hand shoulder block due to a stalled vehicle, 64 westbound at Limburg. Your point forecast, widespread rain this morning and evening, high of 73. Right now it is 66 at the Point Studio.
All right, let's take this new game out for a spin.
Brought to you by Friedrich HVAC Systems. Get serious about comfort and energy savings with Friedrich. Visit Friedrich.com.
All right, so we've got Pointer Guys tickets. We got tickets to go see Seether and Skillet. We got tickets to go see Primus and a Perfect Circle. And we got tickets to go see Kaleo. All right, Rafe, explain how this game's going to work.
All right, this game is called Boy Band or Soy Band. We're going to play you 30 seconds of a boy band hit. It could be real. It could be AI generated. I will then tell you the name of the band, and you will have to tell me boy band or soy band. And it's a one and done, baby.
Yeah, you got it right.
You get tickets.
You get tickets.
You don't, bye-bye.
So, again, I'll play you between 15 and 30 seconds of a song. You'll get the gist of it. Is it an AI-generated song, or is it a real boy band?
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to the phones. 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Let's go to Alex in Collinsville. Hello, Alex.
Hello.
All right, Alex, are you ready?
Everybody? I'm ready.
Boy band or soy band, here is your song. Here we go. Give me about 15 to 30 seconds.
Well, the gang's...
Okay, went to a commercial. Anyway.
Cool.
Excellent. All right, off to a good start.
Yes.
The band is called Code Red. That was What Good Is a Heart. Boy band or soy band?
That just sounded like a boy band, but I'm going to go with soy band.
All right, he says Code Red is a soy band. Is he right?
He's wrong.
That is a boy band.
Okay.
Code Red was one of several British boy bands whose name misleading suggested danger. 1996, British band, number 29, half-decent cover of Tevin Campbell's R&B hit, Can We Talk?
Okay.
Big in the UK, had one hit in the United States. That was Code Red, everybody.
All right, Molly, hello.
Yes.
All right, Molly, hopefully
morning.
this doesn't go to a commercial in the middle of me playing the song.
We need to get YouTube
We need a lot of things. All right, here is your song. You tell us if this is an actual boy band or is an AI-generated song.
Okay.
Yes. That's enough of that.
All right.
All right, that was a song called Let Me Change Your Mind by a boy band called Upside Down. Is this a boy band or a soy band?
I'm going to say boy band.
Soy
Upside
band.
Down is a...
What did she say?
She said boy band.
I thought you said soy
Did
band.
you say boy or soy?
I said boy, B-O-Y.
Oh, excuse me.
She says it's real, boy band.
And you are correct. That is a boy band.
B.O.I.?
Yes.
Who's never told love could be so cold?
Yes, Upside Down is a boy band.
Upside Down. Pop stars. Pop group manufactured hapless boy band Upside Down were formed in front of the cameras for an eye-opening BBC documentary in the 90s. So very well done.
Okay.
That was Upside Down, Change Your Mind.
All right, Brian, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, Brian, here is your boy band or soy band.
We are email. We just can't fail. Young, single, female. We got it right here, right now. Come on, baby, let's go crazy.
Oh, my God. Okay.
So good.
Come on, baby, let's go crazy.
All right,
Brian.
Brian, what do you think?
That
Soy
is-
band or boy band?
Brian, that is, I want to be clear, a song called We Are Email by a band called Email, spelled E-M-A-L-E. Email. Boy band
I
or soy band?
hope to God that that's not real, so I'm going to go soy band.
He's saying soy band. Show me soy band. That is real.
Real?
Welcome
That
to the
is
real world.
real email. We are email.
They've got to work it on now.
If you're young, hot, female, we are email. That was the lyric.
Okay, tell us all about email.
Possibly the most misguided boy band in the 90s. Email's unique selling point was that they performed every show wearing roller skates. That is correct, roller skates.
Wow.
Very much a real band, E-M-A-L-E, whose first hit was pretty on the nose, We Are Email.
Now, when you say hit, we're putting that in quotes.
Right.
because I
We're
don't
putting
know
that
if
in quotes.
Really went anywhere.
It got up to number 180 on the top 200.
Okay, well, hey, they cracked the Billboard Top
Good
200.
for them.
Well, not Billboard. Top 200 of Edinburgh, Ohio.
Just a random billboard.
All right, Sean, Wood River. Sean.
What's up, guys? Hey.
All right, here is your
Sean.
boy band or soy band song.
Only 24 hours to go.
Here we go.
Touchdown at JFK, beginning of the working day. No time for running late. I feel a million miles away.
Okay, I think that's enough of that.
All
what do you
right.
think there?
Sean, that is a song called 24 Hours by a boy band called Next of Kin. Next of Kin. Not to be confused with Patrick Swayze, Liam Neeson movie Next of Kin. This is a boy band. Next of Kin. Is this a boy band or a soy band?
Let's go with soy band.
Next of kin, he says it's a soy band. Show me soy band. That is a real band.
A real band called Next of Kin. It's okay.
The nights go on, the days go on.
Cat looks
they're
like
on.
a dude from Hanson.
They are literally riding
Which
hoverboards
dude?
in the video, and they are a knockoff Hanson. They are a UK group that tried to capitalize on Hanson's popularity.
Dude, two of them look identical
Yeah.
to the Hanson brothers.
They tried to pass them off as cousins of the Hanson brothers, hence the name Next of Kin.
I
So,
totally would believe it.
Nathan and Karen Bass reached top 20 in 1999 with the annoyingly catchy 24 Hours from You.
All right, Justin, you ready?
Good morning, Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Rizz. I am ready, and if I am paying attention to the game, I'm going to guess real.
Well, are we going to throw you a
I'm joking.
curve?
Let's see. Let's hear it.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Here's your next boy band or soy band song. just repeating, I'm a man, not a boy.
That's right.
It's a man band. Don't
And the
call
name of
them
the
a boy
song,
band.
Justin, surprisingly enough, is I'm a Man, Not a Boy, and it is by a man band, apparently, called North and South. Is this a boy band or a soy band? Are you sticking with your original?
I'm half tempted to say boy band, but I'm going to go with the moon logic on this one. It's been all real. I'm kind of going fake. I think I'm going to say soy band.
All right,
but
show me.
I could be wrong.
Show me soy band. Real band. North and South. Rafe, tell us all about North and
Well,
South.
they were managed by Tom Watkins, the man behind Pet Shop Boys in East 17. They were one of the first bands to harness the power of the CBBC series No Sweat.
It's a man band.
That's
It's
a man.
man
We're
band.
men.
Yes, technically it is a band, but it is very real.
All right, let's do one more. Ryan in O'Fallon. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning, Rizz. Happy birthday.
Thanks, buddy. All right, here we go, Ryan. Your boy band or soy band song. Okay. That is your
tune.
song, Ryan.
That is a song called I Want the World, Ryan, by a band called 2/3, spelled TWO, 3IRD. 2/3.
Well, they don't want it that bad, so let's go with soy band.
All right. He is going soy band. Show me, Rafe. Soy band.
Oh, God.
Nope. That is a very real boy band.
Called 2/3. This is their hit, I Want the World, also managed by Tom Watkins. 2/3 were certainly a unique boy band proposition. Not only were all of its members openly gay, but two also dressed in identical suits and white gloves. Why, silent member Biff, swear to God, this is not made up, silent member Biff, who would later co-write some of the Spice Girls' biggest hits, was represented by a cartoon dog. How did we miss this band?
What was it called again?
2/3.
2/3.
What a world, huh?
Biff the cartoon dog. And two openly gay dudes in matching white gloves. How did this slip through the cracks of the 90s? I don't know.
All right, why don't you take us to break, 2/3. Play us out.
I like it.
Okay.
Is it? Was he flying or driving?
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on.
Those are driving gloves.
It looked like he was climbing a ladder.
Quite a quick transition.
He was just telling you what he was doing. Now I'm driving. Now I'm showering.
But he looked like he was climbing a ladder in the video.
Actually, I'm singing about doing those things.
All right, 9:25 Monday, traffic and weather. One final look, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. Experience the thrill of nitro-fueled racing at the
And I'm
NHRA Midwest
driving.
Nationals.
And I got my white
show
gloves
me
on.
soy band. Come see your favorite drag racers at WWT Raceway from September 27th to September 29th. Delays to 170 southbound between Olive and 64. On the south side of things, we have delays 270 eastbound between. It looks like 55 in Gravois. Your point forecast widespread rain this morning and evening. High of 73. Right now it's 66 at the Point Studio.
So Fox 2 had a good list on their website. So, you know, a lot of pro athletes, for some reason, they love to get into the restaurant business. And sometimes they have great success and sometimes not so much.
Mm-hmm.
So here in St. Louis, can you name any of the restaurants that former pro athletes have opened up around here?
Mm-hmm. Ozzie Smith's.
Okay, let's go slow. So Ozzie Smith's. Do you remember where that was?
Yeah, it was in Westport.
Right here.
It was in Westport.
Is it
It was
open
the
or closed?
coolest location,
Oh, it's
too.
closed. It was in Westport long ago.
Yeah.
He used to have his golden gloves in there. I was a kid when I ate in there.
Well, there was one on Washington Avenue too, right?
I think
Don't
so,
know about
yeah.
that. I never went
I
there.
didn't know that.
All right, Ozzy's restaurant closed.
If I remember, Pujols took the same spot that Ozzy's was in Westport.
Pujols
15, right? What was that called?
Pujols 5.
Pujols 5.
5, yeah.
Westport Plaza closed.
Coincidentally, that was his number.
Yeah.
Well, was there a Jim Edmonds one too that was his number?
That's right. Jim Edmonds, Space 15.
Yeah.
On Locust, closed.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Jamie Rivers veggie burger snack.
What else? Give me another athlete.
Dan Deerdorf.
Oh, Bobby's Place.
All right, Bobby's Place. Yes, Bobby's Place in Valley Park.
That's still
There's
open.
also one in St. Charles.
That's Bob Plager.
Mm-hmm.
Still open. Yeah, Valley Park, St. Charles, and the Hill. Bobby's Place.
Are we going to count Mike Shannon's Steakhouse?
Yeah, Mike Shannon's Bar and Grill.
Okay. There's one in Edwardsville.
It's open. At least the one at the airport.
Uh-huh. I think a couple, it's moved. Is the one that used, I think, is it Salt and Smoke now? There was
The one
that was in that
downtown.
building.
The one downtown closed.
Yeah.
But I think they got one at the airport still.
Yeah, they had one in Edwardsville for a long time. I don't know if it's still open, but there was one there.
I'll even give you a J-Bucks
Yeah.
Sure.
on Clark. Closed, though. You said Deerdorf and Hart's Steakhouse?
Yeah.
That was up at Westport. Open or closed?
Closed.
Closed.
Roboski's.
Roboski's,
great one.
Ballpark Saloon. Closed.
Is J Bucks? Did we say that one yet?
Yeah, closed.
Okay.
Sportsman's Park.
Open.
Oh, that's open.
NFL Hall of Famer and former NFL Cardinal Jackie Smith owns that place. Open.
Does he still own it?
I don't know, but
He does come in.
Sportsman's Park was formerly Jackie's place.
Yeah.
We called that. Bertie Federko. Bertie Federko's Steak and Sports on 14th Street closed. Remember Twisters? Twisters Iron Bar Saloon.
Is that Tony Twist?
Tony Twist.
He
Down
had
in
a place,
Imperial.
but I can't remember the name.
Twisters closed.
Wasn't there a place in Arnold, too, that Tony Twist had?
That was Imperial.
Oh, it was Imperial. Okay.
Brett
Used to
Hall's
go
Junction House in Wentzville. Open. That's very much open still. Over by the Sugar Fire out there in Wentzville. And you wouldn't know this one, but former Cardinal pitcher Todd Stottlemyre owns a place called Cabito Poke down at Ballpark Village. That is open.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean these sports guys, they got so much money, they need to put their money somewhere.
I love it. I like
Maybe
going to
an
rock
investment.
star places and sporting places like that. Kind of see their personality and all
Yeah,
the
you see
memorabilia.
all the tchotchkes on the wall.
As a kid, going to Ozzy's was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't believe I was in there, seeing a gold glove, behind
Yeah.
the glass. I was like, this
Maybe
is
I'll
the
see
coolest thing
Ozzy.
I've ever seen.
I always think it's cool too. You go in there, you're like, wow, another athlete that likes wings and burgers.
Yeah,
feel
crazy.
like-
It's very.
Did Jack Clark have a place for a while? Was there a Clark's?
O.B.
Not-
Clark's?
Yeah.
I don't think
No.
Not the same Clark?
No.
No, it wasn't on my list. It could be.
I can't, man. Maybe I made that up.
All right, let's do sports. All right, Moon, what do we got?
Sports is brought to you by 19 Crimes Snoop Dogg Smooth, a silky red blend wine to kick back, relax, and enjoy. In the 50th one-run game of the season for the Cardinals, Palante and the bullpen duo of Kittredge and all-star closer Ryan Helsley did hold off the Cleveland Guardians to 2 hits, while the Cards scored a pair of runs, pretty much by alert base running from rookie shortstop Mason Wynn and outfielder Lars Nootbaar that took advantage of their opponent's mistakes in a 2-1 win in front of an announced crowd of 39,000.
I don't even think of batters anymore. I mean,
Well, that was the home finale for the Cardinals of 2024. Cards play the Rockies in Colorado tomorrow, 7:40.
well, that'll be well attended.
St. Louis City SC, and you know, I want to talk about the Cardinals again in 1 second, but I'm going to talk about City SC earning their first road win of the season after defeating the Earthquakes 2-1 at PayPal Park on the West Coast Saturday night. Toyshirt and Hardle scored for City SC early in the first half before San Jose tallied a goal in the 40th minute. The goal marked Toyshirt's 4th MLS goal of the season. Giannis Horn recorded his first MLS assist on the strike, and earning an assist along with a penalty goal. Hartle now has 2 goals and 5 assists through his first 5 MLS matches. They play at home this coming Saturday against rival Kansas City. Now, on the Soccer 101 podcast that I do with ESPN's Matt Rocchio, we got into it about passion and whether it's okay for us as fans to see our players smiling and chuckling with the opposing players when they're on a losing team, losing a match, or battling to stay remotely alive in a playoff picture. Because I kind of lost my mind. This has been a terrible season, and I was really upset because I saw a couple players when we were down 3-1 to Minnesota, like having a good time, and I'm just not that guy. And you guys, let me know what you think, because
you smile when you have gas, so it could be uncomfortableness.
But the Cardinals are doing this too. They got eliminated from the playoffs and like just horrible. And in the dugout, they're all right. And all I'm thinking is, man, in any sort of system or league where they would have relegation, where they'd be battling to not be at the bottom, you just wouldn't see this kind of thing. And for me, I'm just like, I'm one of those gnarly, over-competitive people, and I just don't. It's not okay with me.
It's not time to smile.
Yeah.
Where do you
what
guys sit
happened
with
is
that?
someone on base is like, hey, I have to go to playoffs, and our players are like, well, we get off early, so we're going on vacation with all that money I made this year, so it's going to be
It doesn't
sweet.
bother me that much.
Okay.
I understand how it could bother some people and rub them the wrong way. Like when you're all in on a team and your players look like they're having a good time even though they are terrible and you're miserable.
You're on the field losing.
Your
right
misery
now.
wants company.
You're fighting to stay alive in a playoff picture, and you're chuckling while you're losing on the field. It hits me wrong. We'll just really quick breeze through the Pick'em Challenge. We did terribly. The Rizz Show collectively got 26 right. Awful. Fastlane beat us again. We don't even need these two games because they're up. They have 35. In the lead for your team, your friggin' heroes, Scott Rizzuto with 6. Lern then 5, Moon 5, King 5, Rafe 5.
It comes down to today's game.
It's going to be a tiebreaker. 2 games on tonight, and man, I hope the Bengals do well. That's the only thing I have to salvage me in fantasy. I'm Moon, and that's your sports, because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
And by the way, I don't know if the Mizzou game on Saturday was absolutely incredible. Double overtime. Mizzou is now 3-0.
Yeah, but did it hurt their rank?
I don't know, because it was in Tennessee's, right?
Yeah.
Not a ranked team.
It's so weird how that
But
works.
it's a conference game, though, so I don't know. We'll see when the rankings come out. All right, one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. For us, Donnie Fandango is next. I just want to say that I get every fact on the Mizzou game wrong.
Oh.
You did? On Saturday. So, first of all, they played Vanderbilt, not Tennessee, so thanks, nobody, for correcting me.
You're welcome.
They're now ranked 11th.
Oh.
They slid from 7th to 11th because the rankings came out yesterday. And, yeah, there you go. So
good for you.
That's pretty fun.
I mean,
calm down,
know
Mizzou people. I know it was a double overtime game.
Yeah.
And I was at an 8th grade football game on Saturday night, and people weren't paying attention to the football game that was on the field. Everybody was buried in their phones.
No way.
That's why.
As little Thatcher got his head taken off, Mom and Dad weren't paying attention. All right, make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring, the great and powerful Michael's Flooring. What is today's podcast title?
A recipe for a lot of chlamydia.
Yes. Yes. Thank old people for that. All right, Moon, what do you got left?
Eureka Days coming up Saturday. We had a heck of a weekend with the Teenage Dirtbags and the Alabama Dirtbags, and we are taking it back to where it all started for the Alabama Dirtbags, or at least our first country set, and that was down at Eureka Days. An absolutely incredible show. It wasn't last year. It was a couple years ago.
I was there a couple years ago.
That's right. You were there. We did a whole thing with Jeff Burton, and Julie Burton was down there.
That wasn't last year. Are you sure that wasn't last year?
I'm pretty sure it was a couple years ago.
Wild.
Yeah, that's where the Alabama Dirtbags was born, but really birthed, if you will, as far as our first set goes. So we will be making our return Saturday, Eureka Days. Huge, awesome festival, great rides, great food, great fun, 6 to 10 p.m. See you Saturday.
All right, Lern.
You can follow me at Lern versus Radio. My band's going to be playing at Copperfire in Belleville this Sunday, 2 to 5. So a little day rock for you. Come out and see us.
What about Helen's Thursday?
And Helen's, I will be there on Thursday with Jamie Rivers, 6:30 to 8:30, I believe. Helen's is one of my favorite bars in St. Louis, so it's fun to be there. We're going to be glaring at each other from across the room. I would actually like to see more Rizzuto Show or Point Show T-shirts in the building than ESPN shirts.
Oh, yeah, we'll get that.
So if we could just make that happen so Jamie Rivers can feel a little uncomfortable, that'd be great. Thanks.
Okay.
Make him feel it.
Rafe.
For those of you, there are a few people that bought tickets. I know there were a couple Rizz people that reached out. I was supposed to have 2 shows in Memphis this weekend. They've both been canceled. Just putting that out there. Something happened at the brewery on Bill Street where I was supposed to be performing, and they saw fit to cancel the show, so I'm sorry.
Bummer.
But if you were driving down there, don't or go. Beale Street's still fun, but I won't be there. Enjoy Memphis.
Enjoy Memphis, guys.
Send me pictures from Graceland. Other than that, let's all Venmo. It is Bisexual Redhead Day, so let's all Venmo King Scott $1 today.
Yes, thank you.
Scott, what do you got?
Well, come out this Saturday night to the Cobb Factory, and it's from 7 to 9. It's over in that lovely town of Old Monroe. So come out. It's going to be spooky and fun. And also, I'm going to be at the Corn Cob Factory earlier that day because they have their 155th anniversary celebration. So I'm doing it's a Cobb day.
Yeah,
Captain Cobb.
Yeah, so go check that out. It's going to be awesome. My first tour of the place. I can't wait.
The Corn Cob Factory in Washington, right?
Yeah, Washington, and then going to Old Monroe after that.
All right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We leave you with a selection from our Teamers Remember the Day brought to you by Hot Shots from Moscow Mills. Chris Parker is our Teamers Remember the Day.